Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Okay, we are here at Neo DevCon 2018. I'm gonna go ahead and switch around so you guys can see what's going on here. Alright, so we're here in San Francisco at the Neo DevCon. Come on, bro. And today, for those who have been sleeping under a rock and do not know what Neocoin is, Neocoin is a cryptocurrency for the smart economy. We may be using it in our future development for the Jarvis token. So anyway, got a free ticket and decided to fly. Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir. Decided to fly out. So I'm here out in San Francisco for the next few days. We're about to start. Let's see. Hey, Balaji, how you doing, Balaji? I haven't forgotten about you, by the way. I still plan on putting up that WebRTC video for you. I have not forgotten about you. But I found out literally Sunday night that I was coming here. It's really exciting. Yeah, really excited. So the first talk is about to start. I'm gonna go ahead and stream that. You guys will see we got a full house here today. Neo DevCon. Today's the 30th to 31st. So we're about to have the opening address at 9:15 with Scott Hunter, the director of Microsoft. Afterwards, Faye, the CEO, will. And throughout the day, I will be streaming various talks in between my networking. I am here for business. But anyway, guys, I'm very glad to talk to you guys. And yeah, let's learn about some crypto. Learn about some crypto. They're over here jazzing it up. Where did Victor go? I'm just milling about, waiting for everything to start in the next 10 minutes. In the meantime, guys. In the meantime. Yeah, Balaji, like I said, I haven't forgotten about you. I will upload the video, but work flew me out for this conference. I found out I was going on Sunday, so it was literally last minute. But I will put up the WebRTC video this week, like I promised. Don't worry about it. Hey. You live?
So I was trying. No, so I'm saying I only want to broadcast to the digital underground. Is that possible? I just want to broadcast all over.
Yeah.
Oh, this is right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tripping.
All right. Yeah.
Yo, what's good, family?
You ain't live yet. Oh,
there it is.
there we go.
What's good, family? We're out here.
How you doing? Oh, we're here with Victor, man. But anyway, we got 10 minutes before the opening address starts. Hey, no problem, Balaji. I promised you, I got you. I keep my promises, man. I'll upload that video later this week. In fact, if you want to send me your email, Balaji, if you want to comment and send me your email, I can. I already have some code. I just haven't had a chance to record it. So if you want to send me your email, I'll send you the code, and you can look at it until I get it up and popping. But for those who just joined, I'm here at Neo DevCon 2018 in San Francisco. And we're waiting for the opening address to start. It'll start at 9:15. So I'm just milling about, showing everybody what's going on. If you're not investing in Neo, go invest in Neo. Just do it. It's a smart economy. Everything's happening for a reason. We got famous YouTubers here. How you doing? So, Neo. Balaji Pure 007 at gmail.com. I should be able to remember that. Balaji Pure. It doesn't save the comments when you comment on live stream. So if I can't remember it, I'm just gonna respond to the comment you left before on my old video, and you can just reply there, okay? Anyway, I've gotta get in an area that's a little bit more quiet. All right, guys. So this is what's gonna happen over the next couple days. I'm gonna be here. I'm trying to network with the Neo team. For those of you who don't know, I'm working with a group of people to launch a cryptocurrency called the Jarvis token. And we're trying to partner up. Pretty much we're down between Stellar Lumens and Neo. So I'm here at the Neo conference. I'm trying to network, politic, see what's going down, seeing how I can get this partnership going so that everybody can make some money. So that's what I'm doing here. Like I said, I just found out on Sunday that I was coming. It was last minute. But after a long, painful flight with unnecessary delays, I am finally here in San Francisco. But let's see, what time is it? We got 5 minutes or 7 minutes. So let's just go back and mill back around, see what's going on. I need to go ahead and get my power charger out. I'll do that here in a second. Oh, sorry. Oh, he's got a little thing. Is it swiveling? Yeah, swivel that. Oh, yeah, that's sexy. Yeah, he's ready.
We're ready. Good morning.
Oh, man. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, Balaji, you can ask a question. What's good? Ask away, Balaji. All questions are welcome on my channel. You can ask whatever you want. And like I said, guys, you know, we got a few minutes we got 6 minutes until the opening address. So right now I'm just milling about, and not really much going on right here. But you know, just getting ready. Go ahead and plug up my phone real quick while I'm streaming. Get a few minutes worth of charge. Here you go. Go ahead and just set this up real quick. But yeah, Balaji, you said you had a question? Go ahead and ask away. I'm just getting my phone charger. We actually have one project in WebRTC and AngularJS with phone calls. Okay, yeah, I've done something similar with Vue.js using FreeSwitch. Okay, I haven't used FreeSwitch, but I am familiar with it. So what's your question about FreeSwitch? So we want an SDK, all right. All right, I'm listening. I'm just getting myself together. So you want to use a FreeSwitch SDK, or you want to build an SDK? What exactly are you asking? All right, looks like we're about to start. I'm on the live stream. Where you at? All right. Oh, on the right. He said he's off on the right. All right. Sorry about that. Are you filming the whole conference? Yeah, I'm gonna be filming all the parts where I'm not doing any networking. So I'll be filming the majority of the conference. Yes. There's my guy. All right, cool. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. We got here Victor. Yeah, he was calling me. I'm on the stream, man.
My bad, family. I'm trying to do my thing.
I know. Yes, go back to the questions. We have built all things. It's working fine. Okay, well, if you've already built it and it's working fine, then yeah, you should be able to do with phone calls. You're gonna have to use I believe stun and turn servers, but there is a way to transfer it so that you can call I'm assuming you're trying to call landlines and cell phones to WebRTC. But yeah, I mean, let's talk offline, Balaji. I don't know if I can answer that question the way you need me to answer it in the short amount of time, but what you're describing on a high level is very possible. Just connect with me after the stream, and let's talk more in depth. I'll be more than happy to help you out. More than happy.
Be a bitch trying to hold this up the whole damn show. What y'all say was this?
What?
What ICO is?
Hey guys, I just got some new information on the stream. This is coming from CNBC.com. The SEC halts one of the largest ICOs ever as it wades deeper into the murky water of cryptocurrency offerings. Oh man. Trying to, I don't know if I can pull it up while I'm streaming. Oh, Arise Bank ICO.
Where's that located?
I don't know. It must be. It's a Dallas-based firm, and they raised $600 million.
Why did you say
conference here at the lovely San Francisco, DevCon.
Woo!
Super happy to see you guys. Looking forward to the next 2 days. We've got some awesome speakers, some great panels where you're going to get to see these experts interact in real time, and then some workshops after the event where you're going to, whether you're a developer and want to learn how to better build into Neo,
Dr. Adolf, Big Connect.
Very open community. So looking forward to that.
Oh.
My name is Alex Moskow.
Big Connect.
And I'm the editor-in-chief at
Hilarious.
Point Central. And we
Can I zoom in? No.
we have been writing about these projects for over a year, so it's very exciting to see everybody come together in one big room and get to see a lot of the speakers, do their thing. So without further ado, I want to introduce our first speaker, Scott Hunter. Scott joined Microsoft in 2007 and has been a core member from the ASP.NET team. So thank you, Scott.
Cool. Well, I'm super happy to kick this off. I'm super happy that C# is here today to be a part of the blockchain world. And I thought I'd actually try to have a little bit of fun on this startup. The best way to have fun is to make fun of myself and my company. So start with, the funny thing is I work on .NET at Microsoft, specifically .NET Core, but I'm supposed to be building Java tools. We had a product called Visual J++ that we shipped in 1997, and it had a bunch of improvements to Java that Sun did not like. It had better ways of calling native code. It had better ways of doing delegates. And so they were not happy with us. They're like, hey, that's not really Java. That's Microsoft Java. And so they sued us. They're still suing people today. Obviously, Google's being sued by Oracle today for using Java as well. And so because of this, I built C# tools instead. So
Carlos was invited.
we took all those features that we had added to Java and we added them to C#. And we took all the frameworks we built on Java and we moved them to C# as well. And that's what made up the .NET platform. So we sort of slide out of sync, guys. Okay, there we go. And then we announced this funny thing, because we're Microsoft, we sort of open sourced it. We did this thing called the Microsoft Shared Source.net. This is a great product. It had none of the source code from the .NET framework in it. But you could download it, compile it, and it would maybe run your forward a little bit. It was, however, .NET was really successful. We roughly have, these numbers are a little old, but there's 1.8 billion installs of .NET today. There's about 6 million developers building on top of .NET, and it's on a variety of platforms. And we also, at the same time, we branded every Microsoft product .NET. There was Windows.NET, crazy marketing people. So anyway, let's move forward. And of course, if it's really successful, what do? You make lots of them. You can't just have one, that would be too simple. So we built .NET Framework, .NET Compact, .NET Embedded, Silverlight, and a bunch of Windows Phone things. But we built lots of these things, and then of course I'm part of the team, and so what do? I make another one. And so this is about 3 years ago, we built .NET Core. And we try to unify all our .NET platforms. And so today we have .NET Framework for building Windows applications. We have .NET Core for building apps run on Windows, Mac, and Linux. And we have Xamarin for building .NET apps run on iOS, Android, and Mac. .NET Core especially is I think awesome because it doesn't require any Microsoft tooling. You can just do it from command line. All the popular editors work with it. It works on all the platforms. It's completely open source, and it's free. So that's .NET Core. This just kind of clarifies that here's all my free tool chains, and I've got this .NET Standard library that is the same code base across all these. But let's move forward. And then, of course, we really open source .NET Core. So now we're modern Microsoft, we're cloud ready, and that's kind of what happened at work when this happened. That's my boss. No. So to move forward, this kind of just shows our journey. So we as a team and a company kind of learned this whole path of open sourcing. So we did small things like making part of C# and ECMASpec way back in the days. Some of the ASP.NET stuff we actually open sourced in 2008 and in 2012. Then our compilers. You can see this journey as we went along the path, and more of .NET becomes completely open source. And what's really cool is there is the open source when you just throw something over the fence and call it open source, and there's the open source when the community actually picks up and takes off of what you're working on. And so this is kind of a cool stat that we put together. This was right about the time that we open sourced .NET Core, and what we did is this map shows a measurement where what we did is we took, if you got a comment, you were 1 point, a pull request was 10 points, and an issue was 5 points. And you can see what that looks like in 2015. Now let's move forward to last year. That gets bigger. And let's move forward to this.
Wow.
So as of today, .NET is no longer really a Microsoft-run project from the standpoint that about half of all the contributions to .NET are actually done by the community. And we're super happy to see this. This is not just throw it over the fence. This is the world actually working on .NET.
Huh, that's good.
Another cool thing is I was making fun of ourselves in open source early. Samsung is one of the biggest contributors to .NET. Google is also a big contributor to .NET. Samsung is especially funny because I use it with my wife. I'm like, the new TVs that Samsung's coming out with, the next generation, I think it's around the Super Bowl, they will actually have .NET inside of them as part of the Tizen platform. .NET becomes the key mechanism for building applications for Tizen. And so, of course, I want to use this to go ask for a new television because if I have a TV, I want to be able to program my TV, of course. And they chose us because we don't sue people for using .NET. Unlike, as I said, Oracle suing Google for using Java. So that's a cool thing. We have a company that built a bunch of games on top of .NET, massive multiplayer online games. And they actually are responsible for about half of our performance gains in .NET Core. So I have to thank them. We just really shipped .NET Core March of last year. And I said our total .NET base is about 6 million. But .NET Core, over just 8 to 9, 10 months, has already got to the point of crossing 500,000 developers. So I'm very happy to say that 500,000 developers in less than a year, I'll take it. So super happy about that.
Mm.
This is kind of cool too. When we shipped .NET Core, last year's Stack Overflow developer survey, we came out as the #3 framework, which is pretty cool, being that we'd only existed for
Does this still work if I
a
turn
few months at that point. So I'll take that spot. And C# is one of the most popular languages out there.
Can you guys still see?
So happy about that.
Let me know.
This is showing one of the big things we tried to do with the .NET Core world is these are not Microsoft benchmarks. We actually benchmark .NET using a public benchmark called Tech Empower. We don't run it, it doesn't run in our labs. And you can see how we compare to things like Java Servlets, Node.js, Express, PHP. I'm especially
My bad. Somebody asked me to turn it sideways, so I decided to try it.
You're not just running .NET Core, you're running the big framework. This is going to ship a preview in about a week, week and a half. And there's a whole bunch of big waves that we're trying to do here. One is we have great runtime performance. Our design time performance, if you're building on your machine, is not great, so we're going to have faster build performance. We have these web frameworks, ASP.NET and Entity Framework, Data Framework, and we're basically trying to keep closing the gaps between...
Sorry about that, guys. Just let me know what you need me to do.
And then, once again, we have this .NET Framework, which is the thing we've been shipping for a long time that ran on Windows only. We're trying to add more compatibility to .NET Core, so it's easier for people to take some of their older code. Then, I don't know if anybody in the room knows what GDPR is. Anybody know what that is? Nobody knows what GDPR is? A few people. GDPR is that annoying...
Since I got you guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Click to accept the privacy on every website you go to that we can thank the EU for. And we're building all that text directly into our web frameworks as well, so you will just get that out of the box. Don't have to actually do anything. Then a big thing as well is microservice is another term that's been beat to death by everybody. We hear that term more than we ever should. It's really more support for microservices into .NET Core. And I love to make fun of myself. I joined and took over the entire .NET team about 2 years ago. And when we did, I was actually part of the ASP.NET team. So it was the ASP.NET team and the .NET team. We never merged the two engineering systems. And so for us to get a build of .NET Core actually took about 3 days, which just seems insane. We can build Windows in like 4 hours, and we can build .NET Core in 3 days. And so we're actually properly...
Hey, no problem.
No
problem, man. Thank you for watching.
I was going to show, this is the improvements in build time. You're going to see that we're showing on the left side what a small app looks like.
I will stream the Enigma talk.
Similar. But you can see large apps in .NET Core had really bad build times. And you can see where they're getting much, much better, down to 6.8 seconds in the 2.1 time frame. And they'll go actually below 2 seconds beyond that. So much better tooling performance. I thought I'd talk a little bit about cool, nerdy stuff. We're adding some cool features in .NET Core for high-performance applications. One of these is all of our apps probably use arrays. They use, or maybe some kind of stream, some kind of piece of data, and then you want to copy that and take a piece of that out. I think of a web server as a great example. A request comes into the web server, and what we do is we take that big pile of bytes and we take some of that and say, this goes to this header, this goes to this header, this goes to this header. And as you do, you basically duplicate all that memory. So we're actually adding features to C# and to .NET that lets you actually take an array and project pieces of it into other types, thus not using memory. So that's an interesting thing. Another thing is, obviously, in the world of AI and ML, we're doing a lot of work to go make that kind of tech work great in .NET, and so we're actually adding tensor types directly to the platform. So you're going to see a bunch of AI types live in. I'll
share my address after this stream. Okay.
Into this room, if you're doing any blockchain kind of stuff, we already have a high-performance networking stack. We made it 10 times faster in .NET Core 2.1. So if you're making client requests, those are much, much faster. And we also took our web server, which I was showing before, was about 25% faster in 2.0. It'll become faster again because we actually rebuilt the socket system. We used to be on libuv, which is the library that Node.js runs on top of, and now we're on a custom socket implementation that we wrote. more crypto, more compatibility, less size. So a bunch of cool stuff coming in the next framework. And finally, I'll talk about our CLI, better interlude performance, global tools. If anybody uses Node, this is the equivalent of npm-g install sg that we're adding in, and some better versioning and blah, blah, blah stuff there. This is going to ship in about 2 weeks, the first preview, and we'll have this out by May or June in RTM format for everybody to use. And then one of the things, what I'm here about is it's fun for us to go see C# being used in places that you never would have seen it probably in the past. Back when we were a Windows-only technology, I probably would not be on stage at a blockchain conference or and be talking about these types of things. But it's cool to see things like this.
This is Scott Hunter. He's
And
the
obviously
product
things like
director
this,
at Microsoft.
Are super, super exciting for me in .NET to see all the new places that you can see and people use .NET. And then finally, I just want to close down and say we have a great page on my website called .NET/architecture, which has a bunch of awesome PDF guides for building apps with .NET. And if you have any questions about .NET, Microsoft, please email me, scott.hunter@microsoft.com. I hope you guys have a great conference today. Thanks for having me out here to kick this thing off, and enjoy the rest of the week.
I don't know, right?
That was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Up next, we have a man who doesn't need much introduction. You all know him pretty well. So please help me in welcoming to the stage, Da Hongfei.
I can't share this right now. Put it on the Telegram for me.
It's good to be here again. Is my microphone working? Oh, I think it's working. Yeah, good. I have to introduce myself again. Yeah, because probably many of you cannot pronounce my name correctly. Yeah. My name is Da Hongfei. So Da is a family name. In China, we put family name first, and Hongfei is my given name. So you can call me Hongfei, or you can call me Da. And sometimes some people call me Uncle Da because obviously I'm old. Yeah. I think I'm missing something. I need something to press for the slides. Yeah. And I do like the color. It's red. It's new red. This one I should. Either one. Okay. Yeah. So the topic, my topic is the new vision. Before I start my topic, I would like to play a very short video. It's a 2-minute video. It's quite controversial. My team members, some of them like it, some of them hate it. But let's do it.
Am I the only one who thinks this video is weird? With the moon.
I guess you like it, right? Wow. So what's your take? What's your take about the
right now.
To the moon! To the moon! Yes! I do consider to remove all those, why we decide to go to the moon, those lines. Yeah. And these are the words that I got inspired from the video. But I will come back later about these words, about competition, about setting goals, about aiming high, about how passionate we are. So I want to show you a picture first. That is, I think that is 5 years ago. It's 2013. You see there is three letters, BAC, that stands for Bit Angels Club. It's a very loose organization funded in 2013 by 7 guys in Shanghai, and I'm one of them. Can you guys find me? Yeah, that fat guy in white shirt. Yeah. And there is a very thin guy in black shirt sitting beside me. It's Vitalik. I believe that's the first time he visited China. And about the same time, we had an idea to build a blockchain.
When I hold my phone horizontal, it doesn't work.
We tried to build a blockchain for smart contract, and we tried to build a blockchain for crowdfunding. So what inspired the birth of NEO? Back to 2012, there was a post on bitcointalk.org, the most famous Bitcoin forum. There's one guy from China. He claimed that he can build an ASIC miner machine for Bitcoin. And he posted a Bitcoin address and asking people to invest in him. And in return, people will get so-called Antmeyer shares. And then he collected about 16,000 Bitcoins. That's a lot. That's a lot today, but not at that time. It's only about 1 million Chinese yuan or 150,000 US dollars at that time. But he used that money to build the world's first ASIC miner. He succeeded. And the shares, the price of the shares and ASIC miner shares went from 0.1 BTC per share to 5 BTC per share. And during that period of time, the value, the price of Bitcoin rised, I don't know, 10 times at least, 10 to 20 times. So people invested in this project, made a lot of money. Seems too good to be true. Someday, later on, that guy named Frycat disappeared. And all the shares, all the buyers of his so-called ASIC miner shares just got screwed. So it's a mixed story. Some people make money, some people lose money. So we think, why shouldn't we build a blockchain that can be used to do crowdfunding in a trustless way? So things like that will not happen again. So that's the initial idea why we started the project. At that time, it is called Ant-Shares. But time flies. We did 3 rounds of fundraising. We developed Ant-Shares for 2 years. And finally, we sat down with a new name, a new brand, NEO. And the tagline is Smart Economy. I've been always asked, what is smart economy? It is really difficult to explain what is smart economy. Yesterday, I only slept 2 hours. And here is my new definition of smart economy.
Okay.
A smart economy is a digitized economy. So everything should and will be digitized. The currency, the money, the assets, all the assets. It could be physical assets, it could be intangible assets, and your identity. And the identity is not limited to person. It could be an organization's identity. It could be even an item's identity, an IoT's identity. So in a smart economy, everything is digitized. And a smart economy is also a programmable economy. So digitized is not enough. If digitized economy is smart economy, then Alipay, WeChat will be the biggest winner. They have already digitized everything. But we need programmable economy. We need transparent. We need subjective smart contracts to control, to manage those digitized assets, currencies, identities. And even more, smart economy is about trustless economy. With blockchain technology, people around the world, they don't need to know each other. They don't need to trust each other. They don't need any middleman. They don't need a bank to do business in a very safe way. So my definition of smart economy is digitized, it's programmable, it is trustless. For these days, rating is based on 4 criteria: risk, reward, the technology, and the fundamentals. I don't know why we are better than Bitcoin, but we're happy to be one of the 5 good students. And we will strive to be the first one to be the A student, to be an excellent student next year. So where we are today for the community, the most famous community developer group of NEO is City of Zion, and Fabio is the founder. And those members are sitting here. I'm so proud of you. You've did so many work for NEO. Without you guys, NEO wouldn't have today's status. So City of Zion is basically an English-speaking developers community. And luckily, now we got a Chinese-speaking developers community. It's called New Eco Lab. And also, there's something happened last year. We got an email. Somebody said, I found out a security bug that the blockchain can be DDoSed. I was shocked at that time because Eric John's phone is powered off and I can't contact him. So we started to talk with the guy. And his ID is Jargon XL. And luckily, it turned out he is a white hat hacker. And he agreed to do a security audit for us. And it took him 3 months to do the security audit. And I believe today, he will share his all the experience about auditing NEO blockchain. And now we have 10 languages, different languages of NEO documentations. It reminds me how we met Fabio. I remember there's one day I was having a meeting with Eric Zhang, the core developer, and he is very worried about how to translate all the Chinese documentations into English. And we had a meeting for half an hour, and it goes nowhere. And then we decided, okay, we can talk it tomorrow. And then we go back to our computer. And 5 minutes later, I heard him laughing very loudly. I asked him, what you laughing about? He said, somebody just translated everything into English. That somebody is Fabio and his team. Luckily now we have more than one Fabio. We have 10 Fabios. They translated the documentations into 10 languages. And we are very prominent on social networks. There are 73,000 followers on news subreddit. And we have lots of events happening every month. In January alone, there are 5 meetups in Europe. And I personally, I can't go there. Otherwise, my wife will be complaining more. Thanks for Malcolm. Malcolm went to all the European meetups. But I went to Korea for another meetup in Yonsei University, one of the top two universities in Korea. And I also gave 2 speeches in different scenarios, different places. And we have DevCon here. So a lot of things are happening from the community. I always been asked how many smart contracts applications are there on new blockchain. Now you can check new.org/dApps. You can see there are dozens of them. And I believe next year in DevCon 2, maybe I'll need 10 minutes to explain every single one. Oh, that's the most interesting part. I'm not allowed to talk about price, you know. My team member said, never talk about price. So I won't talk about price, but rank. So the screenshot is took yesterday afternoon, and we're ranked at 6. I don't know where we are now, 7, 8, or 5. I don't know. But is 6 good enough? Is it? It's already pretty good, right? It's not bad. I do know what's the. Oh, I have to say the taboo word. Do you know the price of new token 1 year ago, last year? It's about 10 cents, I guess. So, not bad. But is it our goal to be the 6th one? No, definitely not. I want to share you another story. It's not about technology. It's about human, it's about inspiration. This handsome young man is named Adam. Don't be fooled by his outfit. He is an MIT graduate. He holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree from MIT. And after graduating from MIT, he worked in Oracle for 2 years as product manager. And suddenly, at some point, he goes crazy. He decided he wants to be an athlete. And he made a goal. He wants to compete in Olympics. He wants to compete in Olympics before he did any professional training. So he used every week, every Wednesday, he fly to somewhere with snow. He did his training alone, without a coach. He insisted for 2 years. And then he didn't do it just by brute force or just by self-discipline alone. He is really smart. He chose a sport that is less competitive. The sport is called skeleton. Basically, you jump into like a boat and slide down from the snow track. And then he went to the Olympics team in America, and the coach said, "You're too old." All those athletes, they started training at 8 or at 10. There's no way you can win them, you can compete with them. And then he went back. He found a way. He is Jewish. And then he moved back to Israel. And he trained. There's no snow in Israel, so he has to travel a lot to train for 2 years. And last week, when I was in Korea, I heard that he had made it. He really made it. He is an Olympic athlete for the 2018 Winter Olympics. It will happen next week. And Mr. Adam is here. He is in the audience. I don't know where he is.
Okay.
If you can find his name and check his LinkedIn profile, you will see he says his title is Olympic athlete and Bitcoin blockchain early adopter. So what a coincidence! I'm really inspired by him. Setting a high goal, pursuing the goal, and be smart, be strategic, and be self-disciplined. So what's Neil's goal? What is our goal? Our goal is to make Neil the #1 blockchain by 2020. We don't want to be one of the best. We want to be, Neil want to be the one. But how? But how? It's difficult. It's really difficult. I've been thinking about a lot. What are the real killer apps of blockchain so far? What's your answer? What is that?
CryptoKitties.
CryptoKitties. Not bad. CryptoKitties is not bad, yeah. But he's not as big as a killer app, yeah. Decentralized exchange. Okay, it's very close. I think the first killer app is decentralized gold. Basically, that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first killer app of blockchain, no doubt. And what's the second killer app?
ICO.
You're right. ICO. Yeah, we have to admit, it's ICO that brings so many people into this industry, caught so many attention from mainstream media, and so much money pumped in. And it helped Ethereum to become the second largest cryptocurrency competing with Bitcoin. But there is something missing in between. What is that? Exchange. Without exchanges, do you think you still want to own Bitcoin? Do you think you still want to do ICO? You want to join those ICOs? If those tokens cannot be tradable, you still do ICO? I don't think so. So I believe exchange is the most popular use case in public blockchains. But we've seen a lot of exchanges. The top exchanges changes every 6 months. Any of you lost money with Mt. Gox? Wow. I hope you made it back through ICO. Bitcoin used to be one of the biggest exchange. And then, at first, they linked their order book, their liquidity into Bitstamp, and gradually they surpassed Bitstamp. And then OKCoin or B or BTCC, they dominate like 80% of all the trading volumes in the world. And we see BTCE, one of the oldest exchange maybe in Russia, I don't know, got closed. And Poloniex, the first token-to-token exchange, really taken off. And then suddenly, Bittrex surpassed Poloniex. And then we see Bitstamp, some exchange from Korea. Just overnight, they become the #1 biggest exchange. And then Binance, in 2 months, in 3 months, they now have over 5 million registered users. I don't know if the number is correct, maybe more than 5 million users. And even Binance is not the biggest one now. There is one exchange called Upbit. They're owned by the Kakao company from Korea. Their trading volume is higher than Binance. So centralized exchange really, the thing just changed so quickly. And I believe centralized exchange will die. 3 reasons. Security. It is too difficult to prevent those hackers. Regulation. It is too difficult to be licensed, too expensive to be licensed. And cost. Running a centralized exchange is very expensive. You need a lot of manpower. So what's the answer? The answer is decentralized exchange. But what makes a perfect DEX, decentralized exchange? I think there are 5 points. The first one, the blockchain that the DEX running on must have very high transactions per second. The second, it must have good finality. That means you don't need to wait for 6 confirmations or 21 confirmations to make sure your trade goes through. And you need interoperability. That means Bitcoin, Ether can flow into the blockchain and be traded on the DEX. And digital identity. Eventually, decentralized exchange will also be regulated. We need identity. And stablecoin. Token-to-token exchange is okay, but stablecoin, stabled value is still preferred and easy to understand. So we need these 5 crucial points to build a perfect exchange. And NEO has all the ingredients. We have very high transaction per second. Now, today, we can handle 1,000 transactions per second. We have perfect finality. One confirmation is final. The consensus mechanism we use is called DBFT. You don't need to wait for a second confirmation to make sure your transaction goes through. And we have a protocol called NEOX. With NEOX, Bitcoin, Ether, or other tokens, it is possible to move them onto NEO blockchain and be traded with other tokens. And also we have digital ID. NEO has its own ID system called NEO ID, and we can also work with Ontology, another digital ID project. Oops. I think it's too good to be true, huh? And we need stablecoin. There is a project called Alchemate. It is a stablecoin will be built on top of NEO. With stablecoin, it's easier to bring ordinary people to the decentralized exchange. 1,000 transactions per second. Pretty good. Maybe 20 or 30 times of other blockchains. But by 2020, we want to be the #1 blockchain. At that time, 1,000, I don't think that's enough. We do for them. So I tell them we can do 3 things. The first, we can support them technically. If you are doing application with other blockchains, probably you have to ask it on a forum and hope somebody reply you in 2 weeks. But with NEO, you always have direct communication with all the technical guys from our team. Second, we can support in marketing. There are lots of events, meetups like DevCons. So you guys, if you have a legit project, legit idea, you can present it in those events. And most importantly, we can do seed investment. We would like to invest NEO tokens into those projects that we think are crucial to the ecosystem of NEO. So that's what NEO Council can do. And recently, we set up a fund. It's called NEO Global Capital. It's a licensed fund registered in Singapore and is managed by veteran venture capitalists. NEO Global Capital will not just invest in NEO projects. You will invest in other projects, but it has to be related to blockchain. And then we can work with those projects. We can learn from each other. We can study their technologies. And I guess many of you have heard of a new project called Ontology. Any of you heard of it? And I've been asked a lot, is there any allocation? Can I join in? Ontology had assigned 10% of all the tokens to NEO Council, and NEO Council assigned 5% of the tokens to NEO Global Capital. So if you want to join the community of Ontology, one of the ways is to become a LP of NGC, NEO Global Capital. Except from a fund, we also had registered a foundation. The foundation is called Open Blockchain Foundation. NEO will donate 10 to 15 million US dollars in the next 5 years to this foundation. And future donors may include OnChain, the company, and Ontology, the project. And we will have research grants for areas like cryptography, consensus mechanism, topology, distributed storage, on-chain governance, and similar things. And we also would like to support student organizations and education and training. We already been working with UC Berkeley, and we're talking with some top universities and top professors to be our advisor or to do research for us. And the last few slides is about governance. NEO often being blamed that we are very centralized. I would say it's in some sense it is true. There are only 7 consensus nodes with NEO network, and before 2018, they are all controlled by NEO Council, by us, because we need to upgrade protocol very frequently. But starting from 2018, we are undergoing the process of decentralization of the consensus nodes. So we'll put up a website. People or organization want to run consensus nodes can be a candidate there, and they can demonstrate their technical capability, their interest of NEO, and hopefully they will get selected as consensus nodes. And there are major organizations already committed to run a consensus nodes for us. But they have to be selected, they have to be voted. Those organizations include City of Zion, the community developers, KPN, the biggest Dutch telecommunications company, and Fenbushi Capital, the biggest blockchain venture capitalist from China. Okay, the last slide about NEO is how we're going to spend the reserved 50% tokens. We made a very bold decision in 2014 to keep 50% of the tokens by NEO console. It's shameless. At that time, if you pre-mined 1% of all the coins, you are called a scam, a pre-mined scam. So keeping 50% is like a robbery. So how are we gonna use those tokens? 10% will go to incentivize the team. Actually, I haven't been incentivized yet. As a seed investor, I invested my own money into the project. I got a return of those tokens. That's all the tokens I got. I haven't got any incentive tokens from these 10%. And that's the same applies to Eric Zhang. And I haven't been paid by NEO for like 4 years. I haven't been paid.
Not very capitalistic.
When we started, there are 4 co-founders. Only one of them is paid because his wife is not working and he has 2 sons. I have only 1 daughter, so I cannot get paid. And another 10% will goes to community incentive. So we've already supported COS with a decent amount of NEO tokens. And 15% will goes to the investment in the ecosystem. And another 15% will be flexible. We will see where those tokens is needed. So that's how we're gonna spend the rest 50% of the tokens. But don't worry, every token we spend, it adds more than 1 token's value to the network. So before I finish my speech, I would like to show you more pictures. That's 2013. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah. I didn't go to Korea for plastic surgery. It's just natural. Yeah. I was a fanboy at that time. I was a fanboy of Roger Ver. I met him in Shanghai. That's how the Bitcoin community started in 2013. So I don't have a master's degree. I don't have a PhD. I didn't learn computer science formally. Or the reason why I started computer science is to crack the hard disk lock of my university's computer lab. So I taught myself assembly language, I taught myself C, and I made it. I cracked the hard disk lock, and then I wrote my own one with assembly, and I locked that computer. But but sometimes when I go to a computer lab, somebody is sitting there. It's so annoying. He's using my computer. Then I discovered there's kind of a hack tool called Nuke. Yeah, it turns your Windows blue screen. Yeah. So I would nuke my computer several times, and that guy will move, and then I go back. So that's me. I didn't even studied or lived abroad. So it has been a long journey, and I think I'm blessed to be able to do things like this and to grow with you guys. And this is 2014. If you can read Chinese, you will see the slide says crowdfunding, DAC, plus crowdfunding platform. DAC stands for Decentralized Autonomous Company, or DAO, that's the same term. So in 2014, it's in Hong Kong, the second Bitcoin conference in Hong Kong. I'm giving a speech about crowdfunding. Basically, that's ICO. Who is he? Anyone recognize him? Just Eric? Yeah. That's the early days. It's our office. Yeah, we have been live in that office, working in that office for like more than 1 year, 1.5 years. And there are only 4 of us. It's a quite shabby office, obviously. And I haven't get paid.
You think you can hold this while I run to the bathroom real quick?
Do you know who he is?
You can try.
Yeah, it's the CEO of finance. I think that's 2014. He's doing some chart analysis. Yeah. Last slide. Oh, look much better. Yeah. It's me and Eric. I think it's 2 years ago in New York for the Consensus Conference. It's the only, I think it's the only picture me and Eric took together. Oh, I'm still fat. And today, and last month, I got interviewed by Bloomberg. So things happened so quickly. I'm so honored that NEO can become such a world-class project, and I grow so much. So all I can say is thank you. Thank you, the NEO community. And please join us.
Well, that was awesome.
We'll be back, guys.
We really packed this room out. That's amazing. So give it up for the community. This is great. We can get so many people here. So with that being said, we do have an overflow room right down the hall. There's audio and video live, comfortable chairs. So if you can't find a seat, feel free to head over there because this room is getting more and more packed. So our next speaker, I'm super excited to announce. He's a professor of physics at Stanford. He's a quantum field theorist and also a condensed matter theorist known for his work on topological insulators, quantum spin Hall effect, spintronics, quantum Hall effect, and high temperature superconductivity. He's one of the most honored and respected condensed matter physicists of his generation. It's my honor to introduce Zhang Shu Sheng.
We'll be back, guys. Got to finish charging the iPad stuff, so stay tuned. We'll start beginning with.
Thank you for this great opportunity for me to come and to speak to you here. Since we're gathering here to look into the future of one of the greatest innovations, I think, of humanity, namely the blockchain. I therefore like to invite you as you try to predict the future of this very exciting development, and to invite you to a journey into the past. Basically looking at the similarities. So as you heard from the introduction, I'm both a physicist, I'm also an investor, particularly in this field. of blockchain, and we started doing that 4 years ago. And I like to explore these similarities. It may appear to you these two things are totally distinct, but actually I see a lot of commonalities. Actually, I like to make the argument in order to see the future of this field, we actually should look into the natural world. What are the mechanisms that the natural world uses as medium of exchange? The words that we hear a lot in this field are the mediums of exchange. How do you place a value on the medium of exchange? And what is the value of the consensus itself? So therefore, the title of my talk is In Math We Trust. I try to develop some kind of fundamental thinking and the foundation for crypto economic science. I think this is really a very exciting opportunity. Economic science has always been viewed as a not so precise science, but I think as the world moves into crypto economics, it will become a very precise science. And it can only become so.
I'm going to see if I can go find Da. Let's go.
So let me take you on a journey and tell you a story about one of the greatest scientific revolutions of the entire natural science field. And namely, this is the concept of the medium. In the beginning, people talk about, let's say, if I have two electrical charges, they can interact, even though they're not interact.
Thank you. All right, let's see if we can find Da.
So then they introduce a new idea called the electrical field.
What do you guys think about that? 100,000 TPS? That's crazy. That is crazy. You think it's possible though? That's what I want to know. I'm trying to find Da. I actually have some business. I gotta try to meet up with him, do some community development stuff. So I don't really feel like going to that math talk. If you guys want me to go, back to that math talk, let me know and I'll go back. But otherwise, I'm gonna try to find Da real quick. But yeah, 100,000 TPS. Yeah, I will. I have high hopes for it, but I will believe it when I see it. Call me cynical. Another thing, guys. Next week I'm going to start doing live streams on writing smart contracts. So if any of you are interested in learning about smart contract development, I'm definitely. So you know what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, my bad. Can you hear me better? I was saying, I'm just gonna read you the itinerary, so you know what's going on. All right, so let's see. Right now, they're doing the In Math We Trust with Zhang. After that, they're going to do efficient confidential transactions using bulletproofs. Deep dive into Neo VM and Neo Contract. I will go to that if you want me to go to that. I will go to the NEX Decentralized Exchange. I will be at that talk. How to create smart contract with Neo, JavaScript, Python, and C#. I might skip that one unless you guys want me to go, and I'll stream that if you want me to. The Asian blockchain cryptocurrency legal insights. I will go to that because I know a lot of people are interested in that. Live performance, Neo Anthem. Okay. Auditing Neo smart economy and the importance of cybersecurity. I am going to go to that talk. Let's see. Then they'll have a panel discussion. Neo Community Initiative, that will be at 2:25. Ontology, the technical vision of distributed trust networks. I will definitely be at that. I'm gonna try to sit up in the front row for that one. And I'm gonna be streaming the whole day. I apologize for my connection going out earlier. I don't know what happened there, but I will be streaming minus lunch. I will take a break for lunch. But if you would subscribe to me, you'll see when I go back online. Let's see, we got O3 Neo iOS wallet. I'll check that out I know we got a lot of iOS people. I'll check that out. NKN, the network system of blockchain inspired by a new kind of science. We'll check that one out too. Zilka, a secure and scalable blockchain with sharding and multi-signing. I will definitely be at that. Enigma, secret smart contracts. I will definitely be at that today. Loop Ring coming to Neo for NEP5 token trading. I wasn't planning on going to the Loop Ring, but I will if you guys want me to. And Bluezell, how blockchain could solve the world's coming data management problem. I will be at that. And then afterwards, there's going to be some live coding stuff that they're going to do and whatnot. I'm a head up to all that stuff as well. Get my power now. Resolution on my front screen. I dropped my phone a couple weeks ago and it cracked the camera, so that's why it looks like a ghetto 2005 Android phone, but when I turn around it's crystal clear. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Is there anything you guys want me to do? I will be here. I will be here for both days, and I will be streaming both events. So, if tomorrow's got a lot of cool stuff. For example, there's an IoT talk tomorrow with Neo. I'm gonna be all over that, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm excited for day 2. Still trying to be efficient with my time and whatnot. I don't know where Da went. He just dipped on it. He dipped. Let's see. Turn this around. I got to see what's going on. Oh wow, I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, there's like a number. You have people here that you're like, oh, here or find me.
Ontology, distributed trust networks. Yeah, I'm gonna be interested about that talk. So every talk is about 20 minutes. So right now they're doing the math talk, which I'm not too interested in going into. I pretty much understand a lot of that high level math. And then I'll probably go to the next one. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 10:30 California time, and then I think they're taking the lunch break at 12:30. So we got 2 hours left of talks, and about 15 minutes left in that in math we trust talk. So I'm just gonna kick it. I'll kick it for a bit. About, man, I'm hungry. Let's see. Sorry for the downtime, guys. You know, just trying to buy time until the next talk.
Many developers, you see like a lot of.
Let's see.
It's better if you find me on Telegram because I will always be available on Telegram. But you can add me.
We're here at the booth with Trinity, and I am going to see what Trinity's about. Hello, Tyjus. Oh, you stream today? Okay, cool. I'll take a look. Are you here at the conference? If you're here at the conference, meet up with me. Oh, okay. Yeah, if anybody's watching who's at the conference or you're in the city, just hit me up. I always like meeting up with my viewers.
Context here and you met friend?
But it does this that is.
I don't know,
Here, okay.
Hello. What is this?
So we have two programs. One is Trinity. It is an off-chain scaling program solution
Okay.
for new.
Okay.
The other one is called Inwe Crypto. It's basically a media site
Okay.
that we incorporates all the news about the blockchain projects.
Okay.
And we also have our own wallet, which could support an NEP5 and ERC20.
Gotcha. Okay. And what's the inwecrypto.com? Yeah, inwecrypto.com. And then Trinity is a off-chain scaling solution. Okay. Cool. Let me just take one of these.
You can take one, or you can take one of the tokens.
Sure.
7, 10, and 7 plus. Which
You said 7, 10.
No, it's 7. Those are 7.
7?
The 10 and 7 plus are over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Hey. Well, now I got some giveaways. Anybody got an iPhone 10? Any of my followers watching got an iPhone 10? I'll give it to you. Got a Trinity phone case for free. iPhone 10. You gonna look at it right there? Got them free swag goodies, which I will pass on because I do not have an iPhone, but I do love free shit. Alright. What's going on here?
So we're really in a very, very exciting era in human development. Because when we think about among all human knowledge, which branch of human knowledge is most which is mathematics. The Pythagorean theorem A squared plus B squared equals to C squared, no one can argue. And if I have a mathematical cube, it's a perfect mathematical cube. If I make a physical cube, we have some disputes whether it's precisely a cube, but the mathematical cube is precisely a cube. But at the most fundamental level of the natural world, the deepest knowledge, the deepest truth about the natural world is expressed in the language of mathematics, like Einstein's equation. And this is the equation of what is called the standard model. It describes the natural world as its most fundamental level. But surprisingly and beautifully, at the most fundamental level, the deepest truth and the deepest secret of our nature is expressed in terms of mathematics. So what a wonderful era humanity could enter if our trust and our consensus is built upon a branch of human knowledge that will have the most consensus about. And this world and this future I call in math we trust. Because in a very precise sense, as we have seen, that the natural secret is revealed to us through the language of mathematics. And in that sense, mathematics is also the language of God. So in math we trust. What are the important mathematical primitives? So we already talked about public key and private key encryption based on elliptical curves, cryptographic hash functions, which is the basis of proof of work. Zero knowledge proof, I think it will be one branch of mathematics which becomes tremendously useful. And this is the era of going the content. So far, all user-generated content went into centralized platforms. A very important trend. It should go back to the users and owned by users. But zero-knowledge proof can kind of protect those privacy content, but selectively give out certain information. And this will be really truly enable a data marketplace, which ontology envisions. And also secure multi-party computation, differential privacy, that we can actually add noise to individual data so that they don't become individually identifiable, but they become useful in the statistical sense because this noise will be cancelling out. Formal verification is something I find tremendously useful. That's in smart contracts. Sometimes they are written by humans. They may not exactly do what the humans intend to do, but the mathematics of formal verification on blockchain can help us to identify those. Homomorphic encryption, I think, will be very, very big. Maybe make smart contracts more private. But also, there will be debate, and the blockchain is only one possible consensus mechanism. Maybe it's more natural to use a DAG, the directed acyclic graph. So the future of this field, I think another very exciting trend is to combine AI with blockchain. Right now, I think AI is broken. It is broken because the data are centrally monopolized. And anytime any resources are centrally monopolized, it may stop innovation and development of new algorithms. But the availability of the blockchain enables a new marketplace. And that marketplace will have the right incentive through token economy.
I'm gonna go charge my phone. I got a fast charger. I'm just gonna plug it up and chill for 15 minutes before I head over to the next talk.
But I think the most exciting prospect, and that's what we collectively, as we gather here, have to think about how the crypto economics can help to make the world better.
Yeah, I saw Box Miner. I was trying to hit him up. I'll run into him again. All right. Let's go plug up my phone. We can do a little Q&A. Excuse me.
But difference was
Hey guys, I'm just going to charge my phone for a little bit. Been streaming, been taking out my battery. As soon as I find it. Alright, there's a schedule. Let me figure out which talk I'm going to go to next. Alright. Oh, there it goes. Alright. So like I was saying, guys, next week I'm going to start doing some smart contract live streams. For those of you who are first-time viewers, my main channel is programming. I do programming tutorials, teach software development, and I'm getting into do blockchain-based apps, and I'm gonna start doing some live streams and tutorials on my website for that. So for those of you who's first time watching, I appreciate it. I had like a couple hundred people watching that simultaneously at one point. It's the most I've ever had simultaneously. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to hit that like and subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be here today and I'll be here tomorrow. And then I'm actually, I really like this. I'm gonna start going to some more crypto conferences. So every crypto conference I go to, I think I'm gonna live stream. So it's really cool. Let's see. In Math We Trust is still going on. And now I think that don't make sense. They're running late. So right now it's supposed to. How is it so far? It's awesome. It's awesome. This is my first live crypto conference I've ever been to. Like I saw Box Miner, that was pretty cool, and a couple other people. I'm being actually sent here for work. So outside of the live stream, I have some. I got some business I have to handle. I'm actually working with the team. We're trying to launch a new cryptocurrency, and we're looking to partner with either Stellar or Neo. So they sent me to the Neo conference to do some networking and whatnot. And then we're also talking to the Stellar team. So for me, this is mostly business. I didn't even know I was coming out until Sunday night, and they booked the flight and were like, "Hey, you're flying out tomorrow." So I had a hell of a flight yesterday. My flight got delayed. I didn't get to San Francisco till like 2 a.m. So I'm dead tired right now. But no, I mean, this is really fun. It's really exciting. I'm definitely going to start going to some more. Like I said, I'm an app developer by trade, so I've been to plenty of like developer conferences before for various things. But this is my first blockchain conference. It's really fun, and I'm glad that I streamed it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. How long does this DevCon take in time since you're already tired? You're like, how long does the conference last? It's from 8 to 5 p.m. both days, and then afterwards they're doing workshops and stuff. So basically, I'm gonna be out here probably till like 7 or 8 o'clock, doing various networking. I'm gonna go to some of the developer workshops after 5 o'clock, and then I'll take a nap, wake up the next morning, do it again. I'll sleep on the plane when I go back home. I'm used to this. I travel a lot for business. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the live stream open except for when I go to lunch. I'm gonna go to lunch and chill, and that'll be about an hour, and then I will go back on after lunch and finish the live stream. So when in the next hour, we want to see you eat too. I can live stream. I don't mind. I don't mind. This is my first. My brother he does Twitch, and he does a lot of IRL streams and stuff. And he actually said when I was talking to him last night, he was like, you should do a stream during lunch. You should just stream the whole thing. And I was like, nobody wants to watch me eat. Come on, man. But I don't know. If you guys want to, I'll do it. For those of you who don't know, I lived out here in the Bay for some years doing some software work. I was a senior engineer for Apple. I did some work for Sephora. I did work for GE and Dell. And then I moved back to Kentucky, which is where I'm from. And now I just come out here for business. I own a couple companies, one of which is a consulting company. So I place engineers out here, and I'm out here politicking a lot. So, it's really expensive to live out here. So it's a big reason why I moved back to Kentucky. But since I'm here for business so often, it works out. I do miss living out here full time though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, they should be finishing up with that In Math We Trust. So I'm gonna go to the talk that is efficient confidential transactions using bulletproofs. And then afterwards, they're doing a deep dive into Neo VM and the Neo contracts. So those two, and then after that, they're doing the NEX decentralized exchange. So I'm gonna go to those 3 talks, and then afterwards, I'm gonna head out to lunch. So I'm just gonna let my phone charge for a few more minutes, and then I'll head on over. I'm at 39%. Got it. Okay, I think they started the I think they started the other talk, so I'm gonna go ahead and head on over. Hold on 1 second.
This is why I think it's not sustainable. Right? The question of when is very hard. But my personal feeling is gotten much worse. So I just thought I want to take that then I really care about the rest. I mean, obviously, yeah, I feel
So, what coins are you guys investing in? We got a lot of neo investors. What positions do you guys hold? And I'm doing Neo. I'm doing Stellar. I got Litecoin, Ethereum, Byte. I'm big on Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. Neo, Stellar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I had some OST for a while. Gas, yeah. Yeah, ICX. I don't have any ICX, but my friend does, and he was telling me about it. That is a good position. Yeah, VeChain. I got a crap load of VeChain. I think VeChain is going to blow up, to be honest. I should do a whole video just on VeChain. I have a lot of faith in VeChain. Loopring's good. Get some of the street fruit. Let's see. What exchanges are you guys using? What's your favorite exchange? Me, I'm a Hit BTC and a Binance guy myself. Most of my trading is done algorithmically. I just use the APIs to write my own bots. Yeah, Binance, AL, that's pretty good. All right, got some pineapple.
Well, how do we verify the blockchain? Like, how do we know that in fact this is a valid transaction? What does it mean for a transaction to be valid?
Talking about valid transactions. Say hi to Patrick. Sure will.
The fundamental equation is that basically, the sum of the inputs.
Let's see. I don't want to eat inside of there. I gotta eat something. I'm so hungry. Let me just take a couple quick bites, and then I'll head in there. Say hi to Patrick. Got you. That's funny. Pineapple. Well, it's funny because I'm actually here with a dude whose middle name is Patrick. And I was like, how the hell did he know I was with Patrick? Good. Yeah, man, that freaked me out. I was like, okay, I will. How the hell did you know that? Yes. How you doing? Okay, cool. I was somebody from our group, Digital Underground. I said we're launching our own we're launching our own cryptocurrency in the late summer, or late spring, early summer. And that was one of the guys who's in the group with me. I didn't even know he was here. Yeah, I love this. Networking and politicking is how empires are built. If you have any chance to get out and go to a meetup and just meet people and politic, do it. It's always worth it. Plus, it's a tax write-off. A lot of people don't know that. It's a tax write-off to go to these things. Boom. Alright, let's head in here and see what they're talking about.
That would allow me to create coins out of thin air. If I can create coins out of thin air, so if you did not check that the values were all positive, essentially coins will be created out of thin air without anyone ever knowing. The impact of that is essentially hidden inflation, hidden unbounded inflation, because now there are more coins available for the same amount of gold. Yeah, so that's basically what we call inflation. So the question is, how do we have to also prove that all the output values are positive, and in fact they're in a legitimate range. It turns out, oddly, that sum equation is really easy to prove. There's a very easy zero-knowledge proof for the sum. Proving that a value is in a certain range is much, much, much harder. Proving that a value is positive is much, much, much harder. And so the way we do it is using a non-interactive zero-knowledge proof, what's called a MISIC. And in fact, the way, just to give you an idea for how this works, is we have our commitment on the blockchain. The prover, the guy that's creating the transaction, has the value and has the randomizer for the commitment. What he does is he sends a proof that anyone can check, range proof. Yes, I give you a committed.
Sorry about that, my wife called.
I give you a range proof on that value. And the question is how to do it efficiently. So let me tell you what's known. So before bulletproofs, essentially the best range proofs, after very, very heavy optimization. Yeah, this is years of work to optimize this one technique. It's called the Sigma protocol for optimizing these range proofs. It turns out the best you could do is, if the range is 64 bits, the best you could do is you can shrink the proof to 4 kilobytes. So think about that. Every single output
I think I see a seat right up there. I'm
would
gonna
have
sit
to
up
include
there.
a 4 kilobyte proof. Remember the debates about the block size in Bitcoin blocks? That would basically shrink the number of transactions per block by about a factor of 10. Yeah, so that is a real problem. These are large proofs that are a little bit problematic to store on a blockchain. Okay, now even worse. Remember, for every transaction output, we have to include a proof. And in fact, if you do 10 proofs, the size now grows by a factor of 10. So 10 proofs would require 40 kilobytes, not just 4 kilobytes. So transactions with large outputs would be dominated by these proof sizes. Okay, so that's one problem. Yeah, so the proof size is also linear in the range, and there's no need for a trusted setup. So that's the bottom line is a good thing. The size is the problem. Okay, so now let me tell you about bulletproofs. Actually, before
I don't even know how many people there are. There's a whole bunch.
Another technique is called snarks, or zero-knowledge snarks, which is a way to do these proofs on commitments with very short proofs. Yeah, so the interesting thing about snarks is the proofs are very, very short. In fact, they're always 188 bytes.
And there's also people outside.
So that's a great improvement from 4 kilobytes. So the proofs shrink. The problem is that snarks actually require a trusted setup. Yeah, today's snarks require this trusted setup, which means, and they also require this very large public string in the order of gigabytes that's generated in secret.
30 neos is more than no neos.
This public string, you might have heard about that in the press recently. The problem, of course, if the setup is subverted, that means that whoever subverted the setup can now generate fake proofs. They can generate a proof that would convince you, supposedly, that the value is in a given range, but in fact the value will be potentially negative, right? So if you have this ability to generate these fake proofs, again, you have the inflation problem. And even worse, even if the ceremony was done perfectly and the setup was done perfectly, just the fact that there's a fear of undetectable inflation, which no one will ever know about, because remember, everything is hidden on the blockchain. No one will ever know that this is happening. Just the fear that this is possible is already enough to put a confidential transaction system in jeopardy. Yeah, is that clear? So just the fear of malicious trusted setup is quite problematic. And so the question is, can we avoid? So snarks we want to say are great, but we would like to do things without a trusted setup. And the question is how to do that. So our work on which is called bulletproofs. As I said, this is publicly available. Anyone can use the code. So please make use of it. What we can do is we have proofs that are much shorter than the Sigma protocols that I talked about before. So notice again here, if you want to do an n-bit range proof, so I want to prove something about committed values. For example, I want to prove that they're in a certain range. Now the size of the proof is logarithmic in the size of the range. Before, it was linear, so we reduced it to logarithmic. So you could say it's an exponential improvement in the size, in the length of the proofs. The amazing thing is if you have to do 10 range proofs, the increase now goes, remember before it was 10 times n, now the increase just increases additively in log t. So if you need to do 100 range proofs, all you have to do is just add log of 100, which is around 7. You just have to add 7 more elements. It's not, you're not multiplying the size of the proof by 100. You're just adding 7 more elements. That's it. Aggregatable range proof. And again, the whole point is there's no trusted set. No need for a trusted set. So here you have the original proofs that I told you is about 4 kilobytes for proving ranges. SNARKs are 188 bytes, but of course require setup. Our proofs are 672 bytes. Yeah, so much shorter than before. But remember, every transaction has multiple outputs. If you need to do multiple range proofs, before this grows linearly, the size of the proof grows linearly. In our case, the size of the proof grows just by a little bit with more transaction. In particular, if you have to do if you have to do proofs for 10 outputs, the original proof grows dramatically, grows linearly. So it grows dramatically to like 40 kilobytes, which is pretty much unworkable in a block. Whereas our proofs pretty much stay the same size, and again, no trusted setup. Yeah, so that's kind of the point of bulletproofs. I hope this will be useful to you. I guess the last thing I'll say is that they're also very fast to the prover. So when you're building a transaction, you are basically constructing these proofs. And I want to mention that of all the techniques, SNARKs, STARKs, and the old range proofs, actually even the time to construct the proofs are the shortest with bulletproofs. So it's very short, and they're very efficient to construct. And so, this is kind of a good technique that we use. So let me tell you about some of the applications, just so that you appreciate the numbers here. So first of all, as I said, I'm talking about Bitcoin, but everything I say applies to other blockchain-based currencies. So in Bitcoin, the UTXO set is typically, is what miners have to keep in memory. If you use bulletproofs with confidential transactions and a technique called Mimblewimble, it turns out it shrinks the blockchain from in the size of the blockchain. And again, most of it is because the proofs are so short and are actually aggregatable. The other application I wanted to mention is, it's funny that Faye mentioned security of exchanges and Mt. Gox and the other exchanges that actually lost money. Some work that we did a while ago, back like 2 years ago, basically what it provided was a mechanism in which the exchange could prove in zero knowledge that it's solvent. In other words, the exchange could prove that the amount of assets it has is equal to the amount of obligations that it has. The idea is that every day the exchange would generate a proof like this, so that you are guaranteed that the exchange has enough cryptocurrency to actually cover its obligations. If Mt. Gox had done that every day, the problem would have been detected basically 6 months before Mt. Gox went out of business. Yeah, so this is something that I really hope exchanges would deploy at some point. We just need one exchange to do it. Once one exchange deploys a proof of solvency, an automatic proof of solvency, all the other exchanges would be required to do it as well. But we're having trouble finding the one exchange to take the leap and actually deploy this. So if there's anyone in the audience who has influence on any of the exchanges, I think this would be a really good way to increase trust in the exchange system. Yeah, basically, like I said, every day you prove that you have enough assets to cover all your customers' accounts. And it's zero knowledge, so it doesn't leak any information about how much money you have, how many customers you have, how much money they have in their accounts, and so on. So this is a good technique to use. In our original work, we were using the old Sigma protocol method, so the proof every day was 18 gigabytes. It was actually relatively large. With bulletproof, this shrinks to 60 megabytes. So essentially, anyone who wants to can download this daily proof. 60 megabytes is nothing to download. Just verify locally, and now you have a guarantee that the exchange is still solvent. Okay, so I hope this will get deployed. It's a very practical technique to use. And so, again, improved by bulletproofs. Okay, good. So I think I'll stop here. If you want to learn more about bulletproofs, I put up the URL here. And as I said,
crypto.stanford.edu/bulletproofs. If you want to go check it out.
We're just happy when people use our ideas. And yeah, come check out our lab and help make this world a cryptocurrency world. So thank you very much.
And yeah, if you're into blockchain in general, cryptography, I highly recommend checking out Dr. Vinay's work. It's very interesting. Next up, we have a special message from Eric Zhang. He's the co-founder and core developer of NEO, the co-founder and CTO of OnChain, and also the author of the DBFT consensus mechanism. He's an expert on blockchain and computer security, so this is going to be an awesome message for everybody in the audience. Looking forward to it.
Oh, is someone saying it? Okay.
嗨，大家好，欢迎大家来参加这一周NEO的开发大会。那首先要向大家说一声抱歉，因为我无法来参加，所以只能用视频方式让大家见面。首先是 New Contract 合约系统，你可以用它来验证交易、发行代币。 以及创建去中心化的应用程序。不过呢，今天我不太想再过多的去介绍什么是智能合约，以及能用智能合约去做些什么事情。今天我想更深入的讲解一下 New Contract 和 New VM 的技术细节和工作原理。好，那 New Contract 我们看到它其实是由3个部分来组成的。 那最后就是开发工具包。开发工具包呢，是我们为智能合约的开发者提供的一组应用程序和插件，使得基于 NEO 进行这个智能合约开发会变得非常的便利，会变得非常的方便。现在我们来了解一下 NEO VM 它是如何工作的。NEO VM 它也是有非常重要的3个部件组成。 分别是执行引擎、站和互操作服务。那执行引擎的话，它负责执行智能合约的代码。我们为它设置一套非常轻量化的指令集，这套指令集就包含这么多，分别是常数指令，然后流程控制指令，还有站操作指令、字符串操作指令、逻辑运算、算术运算，然后密码学指令。 数据结构指令以及一些异常处理的指令。那有了这套指令集之后呢，开发者可以非常方便的编写出具有复杂业务逻辑的智能合约代码。比如说在程序中使用这个复杂数据结构，然后进行密码学操作，对程序进行异常处理。除此之外呢，我们还对这个执行引擎内置了一个调试器的功能，你可以对代码设置断点。 或者说进行单步执行，然后对智能合约进行调试。我们注意到啊，就是指令集当中其实有一部分就是指令是站操作指令。那这也就告诉大家，实际上 New VM 它是一个基于站的指令集。那 New VM 它具有3个可以被使用的站，分别是调用站、计算站和备用站。 调用站呢，它用于记录函数调用的时候程序运行状态，以便当函数返回的时候，程序可以在当前的上下文中继续执行。计算站的作用是对这个操作数进行计算，就是合约代码可以直接访问的一个临时的存储区域。比方说，当程序需要执行加法运算的时候，就需要将加法的2个操作数压到这个计算站上面去，然后执行加法指令。此时， 执行引擎就会从计算站上的站点把这2个操作数读取出来，然后相加，最后再把相加的结果再压回到这个站点，然后我们后续就可以去使用这个结果，从站上面去站点去使用这个结果。那备用站的作用实际上是一个临时存放的区域，它可以放一些计算站上暂时不用的一些数据，把它放到这个备用站上面去。 最后一个非常重要的部件，它就是互操作服务。如果说我们把执行引擎看成计算机系统中的一个 CPU， 那站就是它的内存，而互操作服务就是一个系统总线。它将执行引擎、站以及外部的一些服务连接在一起，使得智能合约可以访问到 New Contract 提供的各种 API， 包括时间戳服、持久化存储等等。那这样一来的话，智能合约就可以实现的功能就大大的增强了。具体的应用我稍后会介绍。那这种低耦合的设计方式也使得 NeoVM 可以很方便的被移植到其他的区块链上，或者一些非区块链的这个应用场景当中去。只需要在不同的应用场景当中为这个互操作服务提供不同的 API 即可。那 API 接下来我们就来详细介绍一下。在 Neo 当中，我们为 Neo Contract 提供了很多功能强大的 API。这些 API 包括这个智能合约。好，第二块是账本数据。有的时候，智能合约可能需要读取区块链中的一些区块啊、交易啊，或者用户的账户余额啊等等这些数据来进行一些判断。所以我们提供了大量相关的 API， 来让智能合约可以读取到每一笔交易的每一个字段。通过这种方式，也可以通过交易将外部的数据发送到链上，从而实现一个外部数据的读取。那只要通过某种机制来保证发送到链上的这个数据的可靠性，就可以实现一个去中心化的预言机。那另一个非常重要的功能就是对数据进行持久化存储。我们提供了一组基于键值对的一个数据存取接口，合约可以通过键来读取、写入或者删除数据记录。此外，它还可以获取到自己的数据存储的上下文，然后将它传递给其他的智能合约，这样它就可以把自己的存储区委托给其他的合约来进行管理。那基于这样一种机制的话，我们可以编写一个专门的合约，使它对系统底层的键值对存储功能进行一个包装，并对外提供高级的数据库管理功能。那这就是一个数据管理的可重用的一个合约了。那今天既然是开发大会，我也希望大家能够回去之后可以写一些类似这样的合约，来为 New Contract 提供更多的功能。好，第四个是智能合约管理。那智能合约管理使得合约可以在运行时对链上部署的智能合约进行管理，主要有3个功能。第一就是创建并部署一个新的智能合约。 也就是说，你可以在智能合约里面创建一个新的智能合约。第二就是升级，或者说叫做迁移现有的一个合约。那最后就是销毁。那智能合约被部署到区块链上之后，它被使用，然后一旦它不再被使用之后，就可以把它销毁。那如果发生智能合约销毁的时候，旧合约的存储区它会怎么办呢？它就会和合约一起被销毁。如果是发生合约迁移的话，那旧存储区的内容可以被复制到它创建的
If I put it in landscape, it doesn't work for some reason.
这就是一个存储区的迁移功能。好，最后一组 API， 它是关于数字资产。NEO 当中，它的数字资产实际上是被分为2个类别，第一个是全局资产，第二种是合约资产。那像 NEO 还有 Gas 这些，它就属于全局资产。当然，你也可以通过 API 来创建一个新的全局资产，它和 NEO 还有 Gas 它们是平级的关系，没有上下级的关系。所有的全局资产它都是基于 UTXO 这样一个模型的，并且可以通过 NEO ID 的功能来映射实体性。那另一种类型的数字资产就是合约资产，它通过 NEO Contract 提供的存储功能，也就是刚才我介绍过的这个持久化的这组 API 来实现。整个资产的账本数据都是保存在一个智能合约的存储区当中，并且由智能合约来管理所有人的账户。那关于合约资产，我们有一个专门的代币标准，就是 NAP5， 可以在 GitHub 上面的那个 proposal 的这个项目里面看到这个标准的内容。那如果你的合约支持 NAP5 的话，那它的代币就可以被绝大多数的 NEO 的钱包软件来支持。好，接下来我们来介绍一下如何在 NEO 上进行智能合约的开发。大家看到可以使用这么多的高级语言，那你可以选择一种你最熟悉的高级语言来进行编程。目前我们支持的语言有 dotnet 系列，也就是 C#、VB.NET 还有 F# 等等。另外一方面就是 Java 系列的语言，比如说 Java 还有 Kotlin 这些。然后是 Python、JavaScript。那其中支持最好的实际上就是 C#。当然还有 Python 现在支持也是非常良好的。未来我们还会支持更多的语言，比如说 Go 语言。选择好你的语言，接下来就是 IDE。刚才我说过，支持最好的语言是 C#， 那是因为你可以使用 Visual Studio 这样一个非常强大的开发工具来进行开发、编译和调试。那 Python 也是一个很好的选择，它也是有一套非常连贯的一个开发工具。那接下来就是 Eclipse。那你如果是用 Java 的话，那你可以使用 Eclipse 来进行开发。那如果你没有使用我刚才提到的一些语言的话，也没有关系，因为你可以使用任意的一个编辑器来进行编程，然后使用我们的提供的一组编译器来把你编写好的这个高级语言的这个程序转换成 UVM 的字节码，最后也是可以使用的。好，那就来到了这个编译器这个环节。NEO 有一组非常强大的编译器，它可以把高级语言的源代码编译成 NEO VM 上可以直接运行的字节码，同时还会生成一个符合 NAP3 标准的 ABI 文件。我们可以把字节码部署到 NEO 的区块链上，这样它就可以获得链上的一个存储区，或者也可以被其他的智能合约来调用。当然，你也可以把字节码直接包含在一笔交易当中，这样它就可以直接在这个交易当中去执行了。如果你是直接执行的情况下，那智能合约它就不会被部署到区块链上，也不会产生部署的费用。然后另一个伴随编译器而生成的文件就是 ABI 文件。 它的作用是描述智能合约公开的函数和事件的一个列表，从而让节点程序和用户知道这个智能合约它包含哪些功能。那这样一来的话，我就可以把它分发给终端用户，然后终端用户用节点程序打开这个 API 文件之后，他就可以知道如何去使用这个智能合约。好，接下来我想谈一下 Neo Contract 未来的一些升级计划。首先是序列化和反序列化。那在智能合约当中，我们有的时候会用到一些非常复杂的数据结构。如果我们想要把它们保存到合约的存储区当中去的话，那现在几乎是不可能的。所以我们将会在 Neo Contract 当中添加一组 API， 用于将数据序列化为字节数组，或者将字节数组还原为原来的数据结构。这样一来的话，我们就可以把任意的数据存储在存储区当中。存储迭代器，现在在那个合约的存储功能，它只能读取一条确切的记录，除非你知道这条记录的键，否则你将不可能访问到它。那有了存储迭代器之后，你可以通过一种条件来搜索数据记录，并且读取、修改或者删除掉它们中的某些记录。举个例子，比如说你的有一个合约，它有一个计算所有用户资产余额总和的一个功能。那为了实现这样一个功能的话，你需要将所有用户的资产余额都读取出来，然后相加求和。但是合约它不可能知道自己账户中有哪些记录，除非我们提供一个迭代器允许它这么做。第三个是站隔离。正如我刚才的内容中所讲的那样， Neo VM 它有3个站可以供智能合约来使用，分别是调用站、计算站和备用站。那调用站它没有办法被智能合约直接来修改，只能通过流程控制指令来进行操作，所以它相对来说是比较安全的。但是计算站和备用站它通过合约代码直接就可以进行修改，所以在有合约相互调用的这个场景下，有可能会发生被调用者修改调用者的计算站的情况。那这种情况如果是在静态调用的场景下的话，是没有什么危害的，因为被调用的目标是确定的，而它的行为也是确定的。但是由于我们 NAPS 它现在已经提出了一个合约动态调用的机制，所以未来在动态调用的场景下，上述所说的这种情况就会危害到调用合约的一个数据安全。所以我们现在提出了一个针对 Neo VM 的改进提案，来将计算站和备用站进行隔离，使得调用链上面的每一帧它都有自己独立的站空间。那一旦站隔离方案被采用之后，不但可以解决动态调用的安全性问题，还能为未来的一些高级功能提供
I think he's speaking Cantonese.
异常处理。异常处理是我们将要增强的一项功能，目前实际上已经在合约中可以抛出一个异常，但是现在的处理方式只有一种，就是导致虚拟机陷入错误状态，从而使得合约执行失败。我们将要实施的一项改进提案，就是为 Neo VM 添加新的异常处理的指令，让合约可以捕获到异常，并有机会尝试从异常状态中恢复。这项功能的实现也会需要用到刚才说的这个站隔离的一个，就是隔离的计算站这样一个功能。动态分片，我们知道现在有些区块链它是非常拥堵的 ，Neo 目前它没有这样的问题，因为 Neo 的系统架构它设计非常优秀，那目前可以支持大约1000 TPS 左右的这个负载。但是随着应用数量的上升，未来总有一天会出现拥堵的这个状况，所以我们必须提前设计好扩容方案。那分片技术的话，它是提升系统吞吐量的一种方法。我们计划实施一种叫做动态分片的方案，它可以根据合约的调用关系，动态的将无关的合约放到不同的分片当中去，而将相关的合约放到同一个分片当中，从而使得合约可以在一定程度上并发执行。由于每次合约之间的调用关系都会发生变化，所以分片的规则也会自动调节。 以使得系统始终处于最优化的状态。这种方式将会比静态的分片方案在提升吞吐量方面更加有效率。最后一项 NeoX， 那 NeoX 这个名字大家可能以前都已经听过了，它是我们提出的一项跨链解决方案，它包含跨链资产交换协议和跨链分布式事务协议。对于跨链方案，我今天就不想多说什么，我想说执行成功，要么全部执行失败。如果这些步骤执行在同一个区块链上的话，那这很简单。但是我们想象一下，如果这些步骤它分布在不同的区块链上去执行，那要想保证它们的一致性就会变得非常困难。NeoX 正是用于解决进行一些改进，允许它在对状态进行时，未来智能合约就可以在不同的区块链，并保证它的一致性不被破坏。当然，前提是这些区块链都采用 NeoVM 或者使用了 NeoVM 相同的技术。那现在我们其实已经知道有很多的区块链已经在打算使用 NeoVM，所以未来跨链会是。好，我的分享就到此结束，也非常感谢大家耐心的听我说了那么大一堆东西。那最后就提前祝大家春节快乐。
There's no work you can find on the Neo site as well. So our next speaker is, there we go.
Underground.
Yeah, so the Discord, the 2 workshops, get the most out of this conference so you
Discord.
be a smart and happy person. So our next speaker is the source of the original vision for the City of Zion community, which brought together the founders of Next, a decentralized exchange project. So please help me in welcoming to the stage, Fabio Canisi.
Fabio.
When we started City of Zion, I made a joke. I said, we're gonna meet each other the first time in DevCon. we're talking about transaction ID, hashes, we're talking about consensus algorithms, distributed
Can you hear now?
fault tolerance. Do you think your grandma gonna know that? Mine is not gonna know that. She's gonna ask when the dinner is ready, right? So we need to make things simpler. And Next has this vision of making trading simpler. And for trade to be really simple, it needs to be decentralized.
Thank you.
It needs to be free. It needs to allow the freedom of trade. So I'm gonna show some examples later in the presentation that invites this, but I want you guys to have this in mind. So the fundamental workings of Next. We have this off-chain matching engine.
You can't zoom in when you're on live.
Elixir, which is a
Wait,
language
it
that
can.
runs on the Erlang platform. The Erlang virtual machine has many niceties that allows us to do something that we want on the architecture, like having supervisors, really high performance. To be really high performance, to have the database in memory and do mutation in memory, then relay back to disks, all this fancy stuff that you guys in DevCon want to hear, right?
If I go to portrait mode, it won't work.
This is related with what Eric just presented. There is a decoupling with the VM. So the UTXO model for the global assets is not really connected to the memory and the storage of the VM.
No, but when I turn it, here, I'm gonna do it real quick and I'll show you.
Global assets, you need to have a workflow that's kind of like the two-phase commit you have in transactional databases. You can do this on a smart contract. And Tom, which is here, implemented a withdrawal process that shows that and publishes that. So we're going to implement this inside Next. So all these things I said to you is simpler. So when you are doing your smart contract, you do a call to a Next.
I'll talk about how much Neo I have after I get out, okay?
So this is allowing people to do easy payments with global assets. Global assets in Neo can represent many things, can represent houses, can represent planes, can represent this conference. So it's also a much more subtle thing. Then we have this long-term vision, which is not a product, it's a composition of our services, which I like to call it decentralized banking. Not everybody agrees with this deal, but what I say here is, if you have freedom to trade, if you own your funds, why you need these legacy services, right? Why you use your thing? You use your banks to pay, you use your banks to invest, and you use your banks to save. So we want to allow you to do this in a decentralized way. So summarizing this thing is higher volume, high performance using the matching engine. This payment service is simplifying this complex transactional databases protocols, and we have this, by combining the two, we can do complex trades. Complex trades is simply something to, again, enable the ease of usage. So you want to do a market buy, right? You want to do a market sell. You do not want to try to look at an order table and get some order there and put your buy order on that. Then there is another resting order that comes on top and run in front of you, right? This is not what you want. You want to do a market, you want to do limit buys. Maybe you are hearing that you say, I don't want to do a market buy. Yes, you do. When you go and buy something to eat, you are doing a market buy of this cake at the price that he has in this moment. So it's exactly the same thing for tokens. You have your gas, and you are doing something on the blockchain. You need another token. You want to do a market buy on that token, do whatever you want to do. You do not want to look at the order book to do that. So we have a roadmap. We started by publishing smart contracts, and we already did that on Q4 for the ICO template. And on NeoPython, there is many of the technologies that's going to be on X. They're already open source for that. So it's very simple. Go to NeoPython or BOA, tests. There's lots of examples in your smart contract there. Read that stuff. You can really go very far from that. But why we are doing that? We want to elevate the new ecosystem. So we are born from this community. So we want to give back to that. Our smart contract ICO, it has an enforced KYC on the smart contract, automated refunds, all these things that we have seen as problems for some projects doing sales right now in new. You probably was concerned for some ICOs that say, oh, you just send it to this address. Yes, you want to enable the community to not need to do that. Then we're gonna also have our own ICO platform where you can register this KYC and all the info that you need. And we're gonna open source this also. So this is on the Q1, so until March, where we are living right now. We're gonna open source these platforms. So other projects doing their sale can use our ICO smart contract, can use our user registration process, and do not have the fear that they are missing somewhere. Because by being open source, we have many eyes. And it's not because we are better than anyone, but having many eyes makes things much more secure. Security by obscurity is something that's really hard to make it working.
You guys are wild.
Then on Q2, we have the payment service launch, which means some of these integrations with Fiat are planned for that. After that,
I got my phone plugged up to the battery pack.
On the same quarter of the year, we have the trading MVP. Do not expect us to deliver trade view for you guys. Again, we are trying to make things simple. What we want to do is have this nice UI that you can do trades and use some kind of sharding. But to enable the professional
Master Chief, if I rotate my phone, it goes off. Here, I'll show you.
Providing APIs on that. And these APIs, you can use trade view, you can use your algorithm matching it, you can use your market making programs. We want to enable this liquidity on the platform, on the decentralized platform. And at the end of the year, we have a plan to do cross-chain. By having this matching engine being off-chain, we have something intermediary that communicates with the chain. We can do a step further and communicate with another chain, which in this case is Ethereum. I don't know if in the end of the year is going to be another because things change very fast, but it could be any other. And we can use the off-chain matching engine as a bridge between these chains. Also, by being off-chain matching engine and providing a service, a platform for users, we can integrate with pools of liquidities. So we can use different protocols for decentralized exchanges for OTC trading and consume the APIs and provide to the user while operating on the other protocols. So we can integrate with 0x, Kyber, Loopring, all these other protocols and really have this service to the users. Decentralized banking is something that's going to appear with time.
Can you guys see the stream in landscape mode?
Each of these services, all these small components, in the end, we want to enable this vision where someday you say, I just need my bank to buy crypto. That's all. To hold the fee that I earn. And we hope that in the near future, you earn in crypto.
Yeah, I keep trying and it keeps messing up. Sorry about that.
We do have a token for NEX, for the decentralized exchange, and it has a staking feature where the fees collected in NEX system are given a portion
Grab my gun and
to the
rob
people
everyone.
that hold NEX. So again, it's a thing about giving back to the community. So 50% of all these tokens is going to be on the public sale, and we are doing limited sell on this, like is 25 million. We do not want to go higher than that. It's going to be just that. We know there is going to be a rush for this, but we really want to have the most people we can on there. Yeah, so the big part, right? So we love developers. So we want to provide open source. We want to provide APIs to power people to build stuff. That's our goal with Next. So we start this by releasing our open source template. Something, yeah. Okay. We start this by open source template, which is a dev for buying and selling crypto for fiat. So if you are here in this conference and you live in whatever country and you want to sell and buy crypto with money, you can go to Next GitHub, download that, run your server, that's it. But this is a dApp, and what makes this a dApp is interaction with the blockchain. But then you say, well, if you are enable this, you are reproducing all these issues that gonna be many people holding token for others. So we're gonna provide an extension, and this extension interacts with the dApps. So it's a browser extension that enables this vision for fiat integration. So imagine something like Coinbase distributed. Anyone can run a small company that acts like a Coinbase, and you do not need to hold the funds of your users. They hold it because they have the extension. So here is an example when you are in a page and you want to buy something using some token. In this case, it's a merchandise store for State of Zion. The user wanted to buy, but he didn't have it. So he clicked there, purchase gas, because I need gas to do this operation. Then we detected that he is in US, and by being US, we have this provider there, please enter your details and buy it. So the experience is seamless. He do not need to prepare 1 week before. So I always ask this, people invest in blockchain, but have you guys tried to use it app? I urge you, everyone here, to try to use it app. If you want to do a prediction in a prediction market today, you need to prepare 1 week before. You buy Bitcoin, wait a week, it arrives in your wallet. Then you transfer to Binance, trade for your prediction market token. Then you trade back to your wallet. Then you trade to MetaMask. Now you use a prediction. So if you wanted to predict something that's happening in 1 week, you can't. You didn't plan ahead. It's crazy. Our vision is, you are in the dApp, you want to use the feature, you click use, and you say, you don't have this token. Buy it at market price on the decentralized exchange. More than that, by having this, we are deploying a smart contract to the blockchain where we can do intermediary trades. So it's like the same trade, but it's not matched by the matching engine. It's where you can create a request for payment. So you go there, you select some of your contacts, and you say, please send me this. Whatever token, right? A token that operates on Next. Then you send your request, the other user is gonna receive. So that the last window here by the right, you can look, has a Andrew Peters requested this amount for you. Maybe you don't have this token. Doesn't matter. If you have balance, you can trade at market and deliver what he requested for you. We have now a demo of showing how this interaction with the fiat provider is going to be. So first here is using encrypted local key that's encrypted in my place. So we have an easy username, password, workflow, like people are familiar with that, not a string of 260 bits or whatever. So you log in with the extension, so the provider does not need to keep the funds. We do the transaction, you buy your amount. It's being processed, the page refreshes. You can sell also. If you are selling, then you have the extension is triggered, the next extension is triggered, and you allow the trade. You say confirm. And that's it. Wow. You buy and sell crypto without having centralized funds. That's serious.
Oh, March 1st. March 1st. Oh, yeah.
We're going to release both the template and the extension beta for developers March 1st. We love developers. We love so much developers that we're gonna have a workshop teaching how to do this hands to hand. We're gonna be there in person. Go there. We teach you how to deploy these things, what's in there, how this contract is running. We really want to get this community doing something different in blockchain. Doing something that's
it was on a Amazon Cloud machine. They don't have the URL up.
Thank you.
Woo! When is Team Hold performing? Or Team Hodl, whatever.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to next.
Yeah, the band. When are they performing?
Our next speaker is the senior R&D manager at Neo.
2 o'clock.
Software development manager, an R&D manager for companies such as Accenture and WebPower. He got a double master's degree in international industrial engineering and management and computer science and engineering. He's an expert of managing distributed teams, algorithm development, simulation and modeling, and economic modeling. Please help me welcome to the stage, Malcolm Larita.
Ain't no problem.
Thank you.
I'm
Really
gonna stream both days, so come back tomorrow too.
Welcome to everyone joining the first ever Neo DevCon. It's really amazing to see how many people turn up here. We also had a European tour a few weeks ago, and to see the community traction that we are getting, it's quite incredible. I will talk a bit today about decentralization and governance, which is quite a hot topic amongst our own community. And I will start by explaining a bit about the consensus algorithm that is used in Neo, because that's actually the reason why we are taking the approach we are taking towards our decentralization process. So, one very short introduction about myself. I work at just shoot me an email at neo.org. I will answer everything except emails about when Neo is mooning. So let's just start off with proof of work and proof of stake. How many in here know what proof of work and proof of stake is?
You better if you're gonna be here.
That's almost everyone. I'll actually save some time here by not explaining how this works and go directly into why I personally believe that the approach to proof of work and proof of stake is actually not fulfilling the business demands, and that's a big obstacle for actually adoption of blockchain technology among well-traditional enterprises. So what you have in both proof of work and proof of stake is, well, proof of work is first of all a very robust and secure system, and proof of stake is it's a way to try to achieve the same thing, but saving the computational power, saving the energy resources. But the problem with both systems is that you end up with a blockchain that can have several candidates for the next block. So you end up with the picture like the blue chain here, where it can branch off. And let's see with raise of hands again, how many of you have transferred a token to another wallet, one wallet to another, or one exchange to another exchange? Also, almost everyone in here. So then you know that you have to wait for a certain number of confirmations, right? So it can be 15 confirmation, it can be 30 confirmation. And the reason why you have to wait is actually because of the picture here. It can branch off, so you need to wait to make sure that you actually have a 99.999% chance of being on the longest chain, so that your transaction is actually part of the longest chain. So if you have a block time of 20 seconds and you need to wait for 30 confirmation, what you end up with is actually a transaction time of 600 seconds, 10 minutes, when the block time itself is actually just 20 seconds. So how is this related to Neo then, and our approach to decentralization? Well, the consensus mechanism in Neo is very different. It's called the delegated Byzantine fault tolerance and is invented by Eric, who had the beautiful explanation about Neo VM and the Neo technology earlier. So how it works is that there are a number of fewer nodes that participate in the consensus mechanism. And these are called consensus nodes. And it works like one of the consensus nodes will be selected as the speaker. He will propose the next block in the blockchain. The other consensus node will follow the Byzantine problem to actually come to a conclusion whether or not that block can be accepted or not. And they will send a response. They can send a response that they can confirm that it is the correct block, or they can send a response that they want to change the view. And that means that they cannot confirm that it is the correct block, and what will happen in that case is that that block will be rejected, and one of the other consensus nodes will be selected to propose his version. And this will iterate until consensus on the block is found. And then they will, of course, sign on the block, all the consensus nodes. So what you end up with in NEO is not a system with branching. You end up with just a plain simple chain from start to finish. And after every single block, all the transactions are already 100% finalized. So in comparing with proof of work and proof of stake, where you go towards 100%, you get 99.9999. In NEO, you actually do have 100% finality after each single block. So if the block time is 15 seconds, and the transaction time is 15 seconds. If you send from one wallet to another, it takes 15 seconds. And I mean, this is quite important from my perspective also when you imagine the use cases and what you want to use blockchain for. If you have high volume transaction and you also have high value transaction, and you first of all, you need to wait for 10 minutes or even longer than that before it can be confirmed, or even that you are a financial institution and you don't even want to accept the risk of 99.99% certainty. In NEO, you actually do have 100% finality after every single block. And then, of course, is NEO just the perfect consensus algorithm and the one that everybody should just use? And since I'm completely unbiased, I can say, of course it is. But jokes aside, there's of course always trade-offs. And that's when we get into the decentralization, and our approach to consensus nodes and decentralizing slower than what the community expects us to do. So, first of all, it's good to keep in mind that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not as decentralized as some people may believe. The top 3-4 mining pools are actually controlling more than 50% of the hashing power. So it's not as decentralized as some would like to make it. And they're also controlled completely, the complete blockchain by not more than 20 entities. So if you would have a NEO system with just 20 consensus nodes, that would already be more decentralized than both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So the trade-off with NEO is that it's more sensitive towards fault tolerance. So this is a typo here. We should not say fault correct. It's actually fault tolerance. So for example, if we have here, we have 22 nodes, then you can use the algorithm on top there, the n-1 divided by 3. If we have 22 nodes, then n is the total number of consensus nodes, minus 1, which is 21, divided by 3, which is 7. So a NEO system with 22 consensus nodes can handle 7 nodes going down and still be able to produce block. If the 8th node also goes down, the blockchain is still secure. There's nothing wrong with the blockchain. The only thing that will happen is that it will stop to produce new blocks until one of the nodes are restored again. So it's easy to make the connection here why we taking the approach of decentralizing slower, because not only can each consensus node go down, but you can also be in the situation where people are running consensus nodes and they on purpose get bored on running a consensus node, or they do not get the benefit from running a consensus node that they expected, so they just shut it down. So if we have, for example, 22 consensus nodes and 5 of them decide that they do not want to run the consensus anymore, they just shut it down, then we're just left with a fault tolerance of 2 nodes, which is obviously not for the blockchain, good for the blockchain as a whole. So what we need in a system like this is actually consensus nodes that are committed to upholding the stability of the network and running the consensus nodes for a long period of time. And that's why the NEO Council has the approach that we have now, that we are actually on purpose selecting people to join in on the initial decentralization of the NEO blockchain. And it's a sort of a bootstrapping. So the initial nodes will be filtered and sort of selected by the NEO Council, in the end, the consensus node will be voted in by all the NEO holders. And the initial filtering will be done by actually looking at market leaders that have high uptime already. They have a track record of high uptime and server management. They have their own engineers to actually maintain and upgrade the nodes, because when we decentralize our node, we will not only host it as a third party, but they will actually own the node. They will have their own engineers to maintain the node. They will own the private key to the node, so they will have the full control of the consensus node. And we, of course, since we want them to run the node for a longer period of time, to not shut it down on purpose, we want them to have a commitment to a NEO, so that they are actually interested in the NEO ecosystem more than just hosting the node itself. It should not only be economic incentive in its own native token. And we already have a few parties, and we want to have even more consensus nodes joining in first on the testnet to prove themselves. And we are looking for market leaders in industries that are not represented yet, and also in new geographic areas. And that's because we want to achieve not only decentralization from a technical perspective. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're all decentralized from a technical perspective. But we also want to have them decentralized from an interest perspective. I like to call it decentralized interests. So not only because they want to earn money, but they have vested interest in, they're doing consultancy on Neo blockchain. They are doing investment in Neo projects. These kind of things, so that they're not run by all the same incentives. And the initial bootstrap, the current state on the consensus node that we have already revealed so far, is that NEO nodes will have 5 consensus nodes. The city of Zion will be running 3 consensus nodes. KPN will be running 1 node, and Fembusher Capital will be running 1 node. And we are in discussion with more corporate nodes. That it's possible that there are even more corporate nodes joining in the initial bootstrap. But even now, in the current state we will actually achieve the goal we set up back in October last year. That in Q1 in 2018, the NEO Council should be running less than 2/3 of all the consensus nodes. So the NEO Council do not have own majority to control the network. And the community is very interested in knowing what's the current status, and this is actually what we are having right now. So right now, if you're using the testnet to try out your application, your testnet is actually being run now by NEO Council, of course, but Seed of Zion are already voted in on the testnet, so they are running their 3 nodes already there. Wow. KPN is also already running on the testnet with their own node, with their own engineer managing it. And we are in the progress of improving the peer-to-peer network. We are working on improving the voting algorithm, and of course also adding more consensus nodes to the testnet. So Fembusher Capital will also be preparing their node to be voting into the testnet as well. So we will require all the possible consensus node to run on the testnet for a couple of weeks to prove that they can actually maintain the node, they can upgrade it, they can restore it whenever possible or whenever needed, so that they have a good foundation, a good knowledge of running a consensus node before it gets considered to be voted in on the mainnet. And we are also working on a candidate list, as Daufeng mentioned earlier, so that the community can see which candidates there are, because the voting will be open for everyone. So everybody who holds the NEO token can vote on the consensus nodes. And the voting is already implemented in NEO, so you can already do that, but it's not implemented in the GUI. So that's also something that we are working on now, to implement a simpler version for users to use a wallet to be able to vote directly for the consensus nodes. And I think our way of implementing this kind of dividing between the NEO token and gas token, and having a limited number of consensus nodes, is a quite good protection from conflict of interest. When you have this large decentralized system with thousands and tens of thousands of people participating in the consensus itself, what you tend to end up with is thousands of people with different opinions about how the network should develop, what changes to implement. And by limiting that number, you get fewer number of nodes that actually need to agree on what to upgrade in the network. So it's a little bit like a representative democracy. So the neo-holders will vote in consensus nodes, and the consensus nodes will come to agreement to upgrade according to the code changes that the developers has done. And a problem with there are other projects which are also implementing similar delegated proof of stake or other voting systems. But the problem that they have is that they all allow the nodes to have an anonymous identity, and that is always open to civil attacks because you don't know who the actual owner behind the stake is. You don't know who the owner of the nodes who are participating in the consensus are. So in NEO, we actually will require all the nominees and the consensus nodes to have a public identity. So if someone would be interested in running more than one consensus node in order to get more influence over the network, they would have to register more nominees with a public identity. So it would be open to everybody to see what kind of intentions the nominees have. If someone would register a lot of nominees, it's open and everybody can see that maybe perhaps they will gain too much influence if we vote in all of them. So all the NEO holders can decide to vote on other consensus nodes instead. And that's a very brief discussion, and I actually wanted to go through it as fast as possible to leave room for at least one or two questions, since this is a quite hot topic amongst the community. So perhaps we can do a raise of hands if anybody has any questions. Yeah, we have one over here.
Yeah, how do you run your own node?
How do you run your own node? So what you can do if you're actually running a full node, if you just download the wallet and the NEO GUI, you can just download that one or the NEO CLI and let it go, let it sync all the blocks, and then you will be running a full node.
Okay.
If you want to be voted in, so you want to become an actual consensus node, then I suggest you would actually just reach out to the NEO Council and tell us that you have that interest.
Okay.
Tell us which company you represent, and tell us what interest you have in the NEO ecosystem as a whole.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, question here. Right. So the question is, what kind of incentive is there to run the consensus node? And the system is actually built up so that there should not be an economic incentive to run the node itself. Those miners who want to have a limit block size, because if there are a limited amount of transaction in every block, then they can collect more transaction fees. So the NEO system is built up with a separate of NEO token and gas token to divide this conflict of interest. So there is no direct economic benefit of running the consensus node. So the people who would be interested in running the node itself could be, for example, if you hold a lot of NEO tokens yourself, then all the gas is recycled and redistributed to the NEO holders. So if you want to ensure that you are getting all these redistribution, you would have an interest in running a node just by holding a lot of NEO. Other than that, if you have a project, a large application running and using the NEO blockchain, you would obviously have an incentive to make sure that the network is upheld and secure. If you're doing IT consultancy, you're doing smart contract consultancy for companies, you will also have an incentive to run a node. If you are a company who wants to, NEO nodes can actually be set up as an internal private node also. You can, so if there are consultant firms that set up private NEO networks for clients, then they may want to run a public NEO node as well, just to gain the know-how, the knowledge on how to run and maintain a node. It's quite a good way of getting introduced to the NEO technology. So that's the kind of persons who would be interested in running the consensus node. Yeah, that's about the time I have for today. So thanks everyone.
Y'all wild. Y'all wild. Y'all trying to get me kicked out. My bad.
And how about beginner developers? And don't be shy. My job is to
Is the audio better now?
So, even those less code savvy can get something out of this panel. So, be sure to be engaged with it.
All right. Some bogue out a microphone.
So the way these panels work is we have a moderator, and I'll introduce everybody shortly. And the moderator will ask certain questions, and then at the end of the panel, we'll have a Q&A sort of thing going on.
Is it lunchtime yet?
Where,
all right.
These are actually microphones.
All right, guys. Do you want to watch this?
So low damage. You'll still keep all your.
Y'all want to watch this panel, or otherwise, I'm hungry as shit. All right, cool. I'll stay for the panel.
Yeah, we got one
Okay.
1 o'clock. Just lunch break.
All right, cool.
So let's begin the introductions. We have.
I will record Team Huddle.
It's a little out of order, so.
And I will not miss Enigma.
Over here we have Nanad. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's a passionate programmer with 30 plus years of experience. He was a CTO for several startups in the late 90s and early 2000s. He founded the Red programming language in 2011, which is a full stack language and tool for smart contract and app development. Next to him we have Thomas Sanders, who will be focusing on Python. He's a co-founder and developer at Next, which you just saw a little
Wait, you
bit about Next.
said we got this and then it's
founding
lunch?
member of City of
Okay,
Zion.
my bad. Lunch is after this, so.
NeoPython and the Python compilers of Neo smart contracts, and he's very familiar with the Neo Core project.
Yeah, I can order food. But,
Next to him, we have Ethan Fast,
Nah,
who will be
wish.
focusing on JavaScript.
Wish I could pay with
He's an
crypto.
entrepreneur and research scientist with a background in HCI, which stands for Human-Computer Interaction, and AI. He's a co-founding member of City of Zion, and previously founded a Y Combinator-funded startup, Proxino, before returning to Stanford to complete his PhD. Also at Next. Next to him, we have Sergio Flores, who will be focusing on C#. He's a software engineer from Portugal and a creator of the Phantasma protocol. He's currently developing tools for the Neo blockchain. And the panel will be moderated by Jesus Nahara, sitting at the end. Jesus formerly worked for JP
I will put up
Morgan
a donation
shipping and
address
product
when I'm done
development
streaming.
He's the
Y'all
CEO
can
and founder
donate
of Setoshi,
tomorrow when I do part
a
2.
Fort Lauderdale-based blockchain development agency where he has overseen and developed several blockchain-based products. He has also led several teams to win hackathons, such as winning the Bitcoin hackathon in Miami 3 years in a row, and he's a contributing writer for publications like Point Central. So I'll let you take it from here, Jesus.
Hello? Okay. All right, well, so I think the best way to really kick off this this panel is to sort of explain how everyone first got into blockchain development. Neo is really interesting in the fact that it comes with a lot of languages ready, and so I'm curious to hear how everyone's is one of those hello world
My bad.
where you do the hello world and then you
It just
back away.
My bad. Yeah, it killed the stream. My bad.
City of Zion happened, and we started writing stuff with Python. So
This YouTube app needs to get its shit together.
In my case, we are building a general purpose programming language since more than 7 years, and about a year ago we started looking into the Ethereum blockchain and the smart contracts, mostly because our language has a broad scope of usages, and we address different domains using many DSLs that we are building, that are built inside the language. And so we are looking for the next big thing, and the smart contracts were really promising, so we started thinking about
The connection keeps going out
for smart
over here.
as Solidity
Crap.
and other
My bad, guys.
solutions were not very
My phone ain't never gonna die. I got a battery pack.
So we started looking into that from that perspective. And the second reason why we got into that blockchain is that the token concept was something very powerful that we thought could be used in our open source community to help it grow and incentivize contributions and make some rewards to developers.
Okay, I actually really want to touch on the last answer that you gave, and this is a good jumping point. For everyone in the audience, DSL's domain-specific language, everyone, you heard a little bit about Solidity, that's Ethereum's DSL. Neo actually came out with 3 general-purpose languages out of the box, and Nena here is contributing Red, which is a domain-specific language. And so let's get a little bit into that. Let's talk about domain-specific languages versus general-purpose languages. And so just going down the line, what do you personally think are the trade-offs, pros, cons of using something like Solidity to go right into blockchain engineering versus going
it's my laptop.
A general-purpose language like C#?
Well, I've been using C#, and also I've been in a new Discord where many new developers come and ask me questions sometimes. And one problem I found is many developers new to smart contracts, they not exactly understand this difference. Because while you, for example, can use it in C# or Python, you can't use the full language on it. Because you are doing a smart contract, you are not doing a general program. So for domain-specific language, actually limit yourself to a set of specific things, and that helps a lot. But as long as we keep the developers informed about the difference, it will be very helpful.
Okay. I think I take a slightly stronger stance on that, which is that a lot of my research at Stanford is actually developing domain-specific languages for different kinds of tasks, and they really, really help. Like when you're dealing with a space that's very complex, like that you just don't sort of walk into without having a deep understanding of, they can simplify through the right set of abstractions like quite a lot. So I think finding the right kind of domain-specific language for blockchain technology, and this can be API level, this can be different abstractions you use in different programming languages, whatever. But some simplifying constructs that you can use to better interact with the technology without understanding at a low level all of the fancy cryptography that's going on. I think that's really critical for getting people onboarded. So the other thing is when you have this power, right, you can actually automatically enforce a lot of great security guarantees, right? We all hear every day about all these smart contracts that just totally fail, because they had a bug in them or whatever. And if you apply some of this formal verification or whatever, you're not going to be wanting to do that by writing a proof, right? You're going to want to have some language help you do that, right? So these kind of DSLs just totally critical for that. Okay,
Thomas.
Yeah, I think coming to the blockchain space from another space is generally hard enough for developers. So I found that, I have nothing against DSLs at all, but for a developer to be able to interact with the blockchain in a language that they're familiar with gives them one leg up. So that then they're not struggling with the implementation language as much. Then they get to struggle with the difficulties of working with blockchain
concepts.
Yeah.
Man, these people got big old heads.
Okay, so my perspective on that is that it's really great for Neo to support many different general-purpose programming language for building decentralized apps. So that part I think is really great. For the smart contract part coding, I think a DSL is currently probably one of the best solutions we can have, because the biggest issue with smart contract is the security problem and all the assets that are related to the code you write. And sometimes it's big numbers, like hundreds of millions worth of assets. So we want to have a solution that is as secure as possible, as safe as possible. A general purpose language gives you a lot of power, expressive power, and that comes also with many more risks to make a mistake or a bug. So I'm rather for restricting the space for just the smart contract part, restricting it and specializing it in order to reduce these security issues and to make it simpler by using a domain-specific language. You have primitives, you have semantics in the language that will be way more efficient to code a smart contract rather than a general purpose language that was not designed for that purpose.
Yeah, I really much like the diverse answers here. So I kind of want to follow up with a single answer and see where everyone lands. There's someone out there who's now trying to become. They see this conference and they're trying to become an engineer, a blockchain-specific engineer. They haven't coded before. Do they pick up a general language or DSL?
Well, in part, I think it depends a bit on the personal background. If a person actually is very, has worked, for example, with Python or C# for many years, it's favorable for them to take that language and continue.
Right. Assuming someone hasn't programmed before.
If they don't have programmed before, it's more easy to start with the domain-specific language, because they have way less things to understand. But of course, before they go to programming, they need to learn about the blockchain, and there's lots of things, concepts that before programming, without them it's not possible. You can just start running a smart contract, and I speak with developers that both persons who not started programming before, or persons who was practice programming but they not know how to create a smart contract. And there's lots of issues like what is a block, for example, transactions, that kind of stuff. It's very important to know before starting doing a smart contract.
Yeah, I really think they need to learn how to program the language. You can't, even a simple DSL, it's pretty hard to use. There are some ideas actually out there about how you can do that, but blockchain is so complicated that
and so new too.
I think programming, yeah.
You think general purpose for
yeah, I can go either way. I think the most important thing would be to find a community that's like supportive of whatever choice you make, and learn from them, because it'll be very hard to learn it all on your own.
Well, I think a newcomer in that domain should first focus on understanding deeply the blockchain concept. Doesn't need to understand all the infrastructure, architecture, and technology used. Just the main concept, and be sure to get why they are built like that and how they interact with each other. Then it depends what's the goal of the new developer. If it's for building apps or decentralized apps, I would say go with a general purpose language. Something like Python or Red is a very good way to start, because they lower the entrance barrier. Then for smart contracts, I would say a DSL is probably a good way to reduce the risk, especially for a newcomer. And also in our case, we try to build a Red C3 DSL, that's the code name, cross-chain code, for smart contract development. We try to make it as simple as possible so that even a non-programmer could be able to read it. And that's an aspect that we think is very important, because readability of smart contracts should be applied to broader people than just programmers. So not just programmers should be able to read this smart contract, but also lawyers and other business people, in order to review and validate that the implementation matches the specification. So that's also a direction where we want to go.
Right, I'm happy to hear that everyone here at least thinks that conceptually, whoever the new programmer is should learn that and then go into language first. That's interesting to see. I think usually when we have these panels of different languages, it's very easy to sort of talk about what's the best about your
Enigma
language,
comes on at 4:10 to 4:30, so we got some hours.
But I'd kind of like to flip it on its head here, and let's.
No, that comes at the end of the day.
One thing that you think your particular language is missing in its implementation of smart contracts, whether that's infrastructure, whether that's community.
It's gonna be at 4:10, and it's 12:14 now, so we got 4 hours.
So my language is C#, and I found the weakness of it is, well, the new actually code is written in C#, and we can say, yeah, we can use
If
Visual
the price
C
is tanking, you need to buy.
For smart contracts, many persons don't use Windows. And I found persons that wanted to create smart contracts in C#, but they were in Linux or Mac, and well, they can't actually install Visual Studio there. And that's the biggest weakness of C# right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so for JavaScript, the answer is pretty simple. I mean, I don't think you can actually sit down and write JavaScript and actually have that turn into Neo bytecode right now. So you actually cannot use JavaScript in that way. That being said, JavaScript is basically how you interact with any distributed application right now, right? So if you're using a website and you see it interacting with a smart contract, how is it doing that? JavaScript, right? And so that's like an important piece which like shouldn't be neglected, right? So if you're designing ways of interacting with these things, that's also very important, and that's what you use JavaScript for. That being said, there are people at City of Zion right now working on JavaScript, basically translating JavaScript into Neo bytecode. So soon enough, hopefully, you'll be able to do something like that if you just want to use JavaScript for everything. But clearly, that's the weakness right now. If you actually want to write a smart contract, my personal preference is
ontology is at 250.
In terms of improvements and things that are missing, there's a lot. Sergio made a
Let's
pull
see,
request
in
for
Trinity, I'm looking for Trinity.
For adding a debugger map, and I'd like to add like a debugger inside of NeoPython for smart contracts, which would make it a lot easier for writing and testing and stuff. And then
I'll just go to the Trinity table and ask them.
Framework for smart contracts in the context of the blockchain itself, I think is very important for both security and reliability and all that stuff.
Okay, so a lot of the implementation sort of infrastructure, the IDEs, and
yeah, and then Python 3.6 for support. Yeah.
So in the case of Red, what will be missing right now?
They will also do Odyssey.
Work on building this DSL is undergoing, so it's not ready yet, it's not released. So you will need to wait a few months more to play with it. That would be the main thing, I think. In our community, we have a whole community, pretty big now, right now, and there are a few crypto experts that are there, but the vast majority is still discovering the blockchain, and they don't have the background or the experience on that. So I would say we will need more people experienced into this domain, especially smart contract development, to give us some feedback and to provide us some input that could be valuable to integrate with our own ideas. For the rest, we will have a debugger and a simulator for each kind of node we will address. So Ethereum and Neo.
No, it's not mail only.
To address later this year. And a strong unit testing framework, because that's currently the only way until the formal proofs catch up and
this is a panel discussion on how to write smart contracts.
So we will have a generative test framework for that. So if some people here have some interesting ideas for that, please join the community and come talk with us.
I definitely agree with all of you guys looking into smart contract development myself. It was definitely the infrastructure and the testing particularly. It's interesting that you bring that up is the testing, right? You never think about it until you're like, oh, well, I have to put this up in a test network. And then that's an entirely fiasco. So definitely the infrastructure seems like a big part of the gaps. And curious, now that all of you guys are previous, software engineers from other domain, coming into the blockchain and smart contract world, what did you find was the surprisingly largest learning curve or biggest steep for you guys to sort of climb over getting into the space?
Well, for me, when I first trying to learn what smart contract works, it was everything confusing. I've been using, for example, for many years Bitcoin and that kind of stuff, but smart contracts was new for me. And I had to spend quite a few weeks studying everything, because it's quite different from normal programming.
Where?
From normal programming to creating.
Right.
I created game before, and it's nothing can compare to what
And so the lack of resources made it hard for you to learn.
Yeah, and actually, I had to create. For example, I created a Neo debugger because when I started, I was getting lots of exceptions when running a smart contract. I didn't understand why is happening. And so I opened the Neo source code.
Am I going to the party? I planned on it.
And created a Neo debugger. And later on, I also created a test framework that, because lack of infrastructure is actually a serious problem in the beginning. But now we me and lots of other persons like them have created lots of tools that help.
Yeah.
I cannot see
For me,
Sambaka.
it's just sort of, obviously the biggest thing is getting the mental model correct, right? So, what kinds of data are stored, how are they stored, how do these things interact, with each other? That's really the biggest challenge. Once you have that, the sort of more low-level mundane thing, and kind of Eric gestured towards this in his earlier talk, is you don't have a lot of the typical APIs or data structures that you're familiar with when you're programming. So, you think, if you're a Python programmer, I use dictionaries all the time, or I use, lists and all these things. Well, you don't have them, right? Because that's just not how,
I cannot see Sambuca.
So overcoming those barriers, I think, is another big thing. You sort of have to start thinking in this sort of more low-level programming style of way. And I'm optimistic we can get to a point where, again, the APIs get better and you're able to think in the more conventional way. But at least for now, you sort of have to make that shift in terms of your thinking.
Yeah, very much agree. I think the lack of the usual tools that you have in blockchain development, there's a curveball that most people really underestimate. From not having access to true random functions to making your usual API calls for everything. Very different.
I think coming from, let's see, the difference between how I thought about how system assets can be transferred around. It doesn't work the same as it does in Ethereum, and for a long time we thought that was a terrible thing. And from a usability point, for smart contract developers, it's still very hard. But coming around to kind of appreciating it for appreciating a lot of the limitations that the blockchain gives you, or not gives you, forces on you. And just thinking about problems in a lot different way than normal, development problem solving.
I think it's particularly interesting coming from Python and JavaScript too, because you spent so much time thinking about how grateful you were about these languages that made you sort of miss over these concepts a lot of the time, and now to actually be working on blockchain and smart contracts, you have to sort of relearn or learn for the first time a lot of them that just went into JavaScript or Python. What did you find the hardest learning curve going to smart contract?
Well, probably setting up the tool chains, and especially the testing tool chains. That's quite a nightmare. Yeah, that part is probably the hardest so far I have found. At the beginning, also maybe.
The Enigma feed is at 4 o'clock, so we got 4 hours.
Concept from the blockchain infrastructure itself, because when you start reading these white papers or yellow paper or different infrastructure documentation, they throw at you a lot of different concepts at protocol level, at the consensus level, and many new concepts we are not really familiar with in the more traditional development world. So you have a lot to learn at once.
Yes, he is.
And that takes a bit of time to but yes, after that, the main issue is really the tool chains.
Okay, getting close to wrapping it up here. So one question I want to ask you guys, I hope you can impose your knowledge on the audience, is #1 resource for learning both concepts and programming tutorials for smart contracts. What would you guys recommend?
Well, the official site is firmware learned, and certainly now I think is the most complete, where we can find lots of examples, and it was also translated to various languages. So
I have an HTC U11. After this, I'm going to lunch, and then when I start my next stream, I'll start it in portrait mode.
In terms of smart contracts specifically, I'm just going to sort of punt because, for me personally, it was actually looking at NeoPython and all the NeoPython documentation.
Yeah, I would say reading the source code and try to make a PR and find something broken, and then you'll learn something.
Yeah, I would say pretty much the same. The source code is the best source of information when you have some missing documentation or not up-to-date documentation, and probably check out also some good videos on YouTube about that, and some really great guys doing some really good work on explaining and simplifying all these concepts for you.
Man, I brought 2 battery packs.
Source code, documentation, and YouTube videos. So So I kind of now want to wrap it up and open it to the audience. We have around 7 minutes left. So if there's anyone out there who has any questions for our members up here, all the way in the back. Yes.
I ran into box
Give
mining
us 1
too.
second. Alex is going to throw you the mic. How does it?
I just talk. Oh, okay.
There we go.
So I've been running contract teams for Boston Consulting for a few years. Real world contracts are really messy and take a lot of work to try and get right. Do the tools have the flexibility to deal with things as they develop, or once something's set in motion, it's set and forget?
Sure, who wants to take this one on?
So you can replace the smart contract. Once you deploy something, you are able to actually replace and fix it. That doesn't mean it's an easy process. That doesn't mean it wouldn't break a lot of stuff. And I think that's an area that we definitely need to improve on. But there is at least some basic flexibility there.
Like I tell you, lady, tell us your secret.
Yeah, I would add that adding things that are subject
You guys
to
are funny
change
as
into
hell.
the storage mechanism of the smart contract would be a good way to allow that to be changed without too much fuss. But then you lose some of the deterministic nature of your smart contract. So it's kind of a trade-off.
So, question here. From security perspective, there's some best practice, like when you design the smart contract, maybe you first need to think life cycle smart contract. Not every smart contract can run forever. Maybe some maybe have to stop at a certain block height. This is the one kind of security, right? And another example like this happened with the multi-sig parity, right? It's has the
Hey, if you could do that, that'd be legit. I'm trying to get a video with Da.
Hacker was able to leverage this problem and extract like $30 million, and the white hat was able to stop it and to extract it. But the idea of that is to make it secure. Is you have as the owner of the smart contract, you can emergency like stop, right? Once you see there's a problem happen, you can stop. So those are some of the best practice when you guys design those smart contracts. You see.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add? Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, you have to think about worst case scenarios, and
Hey, don't he look like he need to be on the Brady Bunch?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, just sort of at a basic level, when Next is obviously designing infrastructure for smart contracts, then we're actually trying to design the infrastructure that we recommend that other, sort of token sale people use. So, in designing that, we've obviously been thinking about a lot of these things. That doesn't mean any solution is going to be perfect, but it will at least be better than prior solutions, and we're definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe I can add something on that. I think a good practice is just to try to reduce the complexity as much as possible. Usually when you code for web application or whatever you want to, whatever application on desktop, you don't care much about that cost. But for smart contract, every extra line of code, every extra expression is another possible risk for error and for mistake. So you want to reduce your code as much as possible and reduce the concept and simplify. Not use complex structure, not complex construct. If you can, instead use some simpler one. So always use the simpler solution, the simpler path.
I think the answer in consensus is just standardization. More and more packages of standards for security will come out and will be adopted.
Can you elaborate on your reason for preferring Neo over Ethereum? Both from development side, and secondly, a lot of documentation on the Neo side talks about identity. I think that's based on how the identity is being stored and how you can always go back and refer to this is the source of this transaction. So how
So what we're working on, this is basically just traditional UTXO style transaction stuff, and identity here just means address.
address.
Is that better?
Right? Like anything that's establishing more than that is going to be some kind of pseudo-centralized or very fancy decentralized entity that's actually storing that identity information. And these are projects that you can look in the space and see people working on those. But these are not, for the most part, available right now.
No, this is built into my phone. It's amazing, ain't it?
In Neo, I mean, I think if you look at the advantages of the platform right now, it's largely the scalability.
Yeah, my arm
aspect.
is tired.
It also does have a sort of nice aspect with the multiple programming languages. And sort of I come from a place of bias here, having done a lot of work with
It's got 3D
science,
audio built in, 360-degree audio.
There are, I would say the scalability thing is probably the main reason you might want to look at Neo right now over Ethereum, especially sort of as things move forward.
I would love that. Thank you, bro.
Neo's working on a lot of really interesting ideas there, and it will probably only get better.
Yeah, it's a general purpose.
I've looked at Nebulous, but
currently pushing this right now.
No, you need a lazy neck phone holder. Quick, still.
What does the vision for like integration tests
So,
with
are you watching episode 12?
Neo look like? So you can ensure that your smart contracts, when you build them out and build them really complex, aren't going to changes you make aren't going to break anything that you've made previously. And are there any language-specific limitations of making integration tests for the Neo blockchain?
Well, that part depends on the developers. We and other person creating.
I need one of those, Gecko.
For integrating, editing, and that kind of thing. I've been working in adding support for that for C#. Right now in GitHub there is a project called Neolex that it does allow to. I call it a Neo emulator because it can allow you to.
I can't do while I'm streaming. I can't participate on the chat on my phone. But when I take a break for lunch and I start the new one, I will.
And that helps a lot in that with.
I will put it in the description.
I think we have time for one last question, and we're going to wrap it up. If there is.
Among these languages, which language has better support, like more active community? And a second is there a language which is a natural fit for blockchain programming better than other languages?
I would say that both C# and Python have pretty active communities. There's no general language that lends itself more to blockchain than others. I would guess domain-specific ones would. In the end, the actual language we're all working for is the NeoVM language.
Right.
So I mean that's the.
So if you have a wrapper language that has sort of more kind of verification built into it, like a stronger type system, more rigorous sort of type checking in that sense, that can be useful. It's not sort of sufficient by itself. I think something we're interested in is actually developing some of those languages that also compile down to the NeoVM. So that's sort of something to look forward to, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what we try to address in our case.
A rapper language, like 21 Savage Lang.
Gone over, so we're gonna call it here. Appreciate all of your guys' time. Awesome, yeah. Thank you, Jesus, Renat, Sergio, Thomas, and Ethan.
All right, is it lunchtime now?
I also want to stress the workshop tonight at GitHub. It's going to be some of these guys will be there. You'll get to interact with them. So,
all right, guys, I'm gonna stream back in an hour. Ah, shit. Yeah, I gotta stay for this one too. All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I got you. Go for it.
You gonna hold this one?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, appreciate it.
New cameraman.
And he's a legal advisor of token crowd sale campaigns by Chinese founders. So please help me in welcoming to the stage Roland Su.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so honored to be here to deliver a speech on legal stuff. Today, I would like to share my insights and experience on the regulatory environment in various Asian countries. All these Asian countries are quite different from each other.
You boys are tripping, man. Stay focused on what we're talking about here.
Diversity of the culture and the legal systems. Okay, let's
first I'll start with China, which is a country I'm most familiar with because I'm a Chinese lawyer. And I think the first question is something that many people have been asking me over the years: how cryptocurrency is recognized in China. Actually, there is a widespread misunderstanding on the Chinese policies on the cryptocurrencies. Actually, let me clarify something to you. First of all, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum, whatever, they are not currency in China because only the legal tender in China will be called a currency. That's quite clear. However, the government has really noticed that the Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies are virtual commodities. That means the people here in China are free to trade. They can transact, buy and sell with each other. And the controversial issue here is that whether Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency is a kind of property. Actually, I don't have any clear answer to this question at the moment because China's civil law jurisdiction. Anything new will not automatically become a property under the PRC laws, unless and until it is confirmed by new legislations. So far, there is no such legislation available at the moment. So I cannot deliver any clear answer to this issue. But however, there is a new amendment to the China civil law, which introduced a new concept of virtual property. It requires further interpretations from the National People Congress, which is the legislation authority in China, to make some judicial or legislative interpretation on this issue, whether the cryptocurrency will fall within the definition of virtual property. And the next point is about the issuance and trading of cryptocurrencies in China. Actually, you can see that the general environment in China is quite restrictive to the cryptocurrency in terms of the issuance and trading. And everyone knows that last September, and the government has released a total ban for the cross-sale of tokens. So all the cross-sale of tokens is deemed as kind of illegal fundraising. So that's totally banned. And in this regard, the security law doesn't matter because China never considers any crypto token as a kind of a security. So unlike the United States, the security law in terms of cryptocurrency is not an issue in China. And furthermore, centralized exchanges are also banned. You can see that there are so many. Originally, there were so many Chinese exchanges such as Huobi, OKCoin, something like that. They all redeployed.
Okay, guys, are you guys interested in this or not?
To start operation afresh in another country, such as Hong Kong or Japan. And currently the centralized trading in China is totally disallowed.
All right.
And
all right, I'm gonna bounce out.
Institutions, they are totally prohibited from being involved in anything about the cryptocurrency. That means they cannot invest in cryptocurrency, and they cannot buy, they cannot invest, and they cannot even provide any service or otherwise facilitate the transaction of Bitcoins or other cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, that do need a Ricola. Ricola. Oh man, the Neo food. Neo ain't bringing no food. They got some damn biscuits and some raspberries and shit. Charging us $750 and don't want to feed us. It's on some bullshit. Eat some raspberries. Where are you taking us? Shoot. I don't know, man. I think I want some chicken tikka masala. I used to work in San Francisco, and I used to work at Sephora on Market, so I used to go get chicken tikka masala all the time. It's like $5, so can't beat that in this expensive ass city. Let's see. Alright, so we're out here. Where the hell am I? Market is this way. Alright. Let's go to Market Street. But yeah. Once I get there, I'm gonna eat. The next talk is at 2:10. So after this talk, this is going to lunch, and then we got lunch for an hour, and then at 2:10 the next talk starts. Am I going to stream while eating? I mean, if you guys really want to, I will. I actually plan on going to the dispensary before I ate. So, yeah, my arms are tired as fuck. Yeah. Since I can't, I can't smoke weed on YouTube. They'll ban me. So I'm gonna hit this dispensary. Might hit a dab or two, go get some food, and then I'm gonna holler back at you guys in like 45 minutes. And then I'll put my gas and ether address on there too if you guys want to donate. I'd appreciate that. Y'all some real dudes. All right, famo, go ahead and subscribe to me so you'll get the push notification in about 45 minutes when I go live again. I can't stream the dab. I can't. YouTube will ban me. If I was on Twitch, I would. Twitch lets you smoke on stream, but YouTube, they on that bullshit. So. I mean, my brother, he smokes on Twitch like every damn day. Wait, somebody told me you can't smoke on YouTube, and I ain't trying to get banned. If y'all can show me where I can, yeah, I'll grab some shit. Weed is bad for me brain. It's also good for my hunger. Ice Poseidon, yeah. My brother is Graphis RS. I don't know if you watch, him and Ice Poseidon are really good friends. I don't know if y'all saw Ice Poseidon had his house party over the weekend. My brother was all up in there. Yeah, him and, he said, rip it. Thanks for the great time. Are you on Telegram? I am on Telegram. Discord, no. I need to be on Discord. I'll go ahead and make an account during lunch. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here, grab some food, and I'll be back in about 45 minutes. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If not, you know my channel. Just come back in an hour. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in a bit.